Reach is so serious. Man.
Yeah, well, I don't fuck around, bro.
Just came back into regular Reach mode.
Okay, so it's time to start smoking weed. My guest today is Paul Thompson. Paul,
Are we starting?
Sit, bro. Tell the people it's on. Tell the people. Who are you?
I didn't know. We're actually starting.
Yeah, we're starting here, Pete. Let's go, man. This is the session with Reeds, bro. I'm already session, so you better get in on this quick. So we'll tell the people who you are while I get ready.
My name is Paul Thompson. I'm an artist and stand-up comedian from Toronto, Ontario. I always had a goal of doing a podcast with my best friend, Mike Rita, and that goal came true today. Let's get high.
That wasn't my goal. But listen. Yes, man. We've been friends for how long, Paul?
For probably 10 years.
Yes, man, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Was I a fan of yours before I was your friend?
You were a fan of mine before we were friends, and you were a fan of my rap music.
That's
we
right. I was a fan of your rap music, bro. Yeah. And I want you to know that since then, Paul and I have done countless shows together. We grew up together in the weed scene, and now we are known as weed comedians. Paul also has a very popular weed show himself. He's hosted weed comedy shows. He's performed at all the 420s in Toronto in front of thousands of people. He's toured across the country with some other comedians as well. And he is the host of his own podcast. Give your own podcast a shout out on my fucking podcast.
Yes, my podcast is called High on Trees, where we also get high and talk about nonsense like we'll be doing today. Or today
you did it with somebody else. You didn't do it with me, did you, bro? You chose another person. This guy cheated on me with another comedian. This guy's fucked.
Yeah, well, you were busy.
I was busy.
Classic Reeds.
Classic Reeds. I ditch all my friends.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete's. So I want to get started. We're gonna get high, even though we're already getting high. What are we gonna get high together throughout the show? What are you gonna choose? We have everything here. We got our bong. We got our hand blown red beard glass mug.
Shut up.
You know, red beard. Wait, I smoked out the wrong side. I wasn't paying attention.
What do you drink out of that? That's where you put coffee in?
You put coffee in. I actually only use water so far because I don't want to dirty it for the fuck show.
You smoke weed and you drink coffee at the same time. It's a hippie speedball.
Buddy. Hippie speedball?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a real thing?
It is now.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I think I've heard people call it that.
A hippie speedball? Yeah. A coffee and weed?
That's a Jamie 420 classic right there.
A hippie speedball is such a stupid name.
Well, a speedball is when you do heroin and cocaine at the same time.
Should we talk about all the times you and I did heroin and cocaine together?
We can if you'd like.
Okay,
I'm happy to say that I'm a year clean from cocaine right now.
Yes, but only a few minutes clean of
Or
heroin.
sorry, no, I'm only clean on cocaine for the year. Of course I did it on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're doing good in 2020 so far.
No one else is doing good in 2020?
No, I'm doing fantastic. But yeah, no one else is.
Were you sad when Kobe Bryant died?
Yeah, of course.
Why were you sad?
I don't know, because I guess not. I don't know. I've never been really that sad when a celebrity died. But my buddy who I live with, his dog's name is Kobe. So my buddy really is a big fan of Kobe.
My friend's name's dog is also Kobe.
Yeah, and I really like that dog, Kobe. So he seemed sad when Kobe died.
I don't even like Kobe, my friend's dog.
I love that dog. And it was really a confusing day for Kobe because everyone kept saying his name, but in a sad tone. People were like, Kobe, how could they do it? And the dog was so confused.
No, duh.
Yeah, and you literally seem sad. So
you got to give him treats.
Yeah.
You give dogs treats?
Yeah, of course.
What kind of treats you give dogs?
Whatever treats are around. I don't know. I don't carry regular treats to give to a dog. Whatever treats the dog. What do you mean? What kind of treats do I give dog?
Are you the kind of person, Pete?
Why would I know that?
I
used to be a milk bone guy, but going into the new decade lately, I'm kind of more about organic treats.
Listen, bro, there's two types of people in this world. If you go to somebody's house and the dog is sniffing at your crotch, you slide him a little piece of the chicken or not?
Oh, no, I don't.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
I'll tell you why.
Fucking dog lives a dog life.
No, because then the dog knows that you're a pushover.
I am a pushover.
Yeah, so you don't look like...
What does it matter if the dog knows that I'm a pushover?
So then when 8 of us are all having a big dinner,
the
dog's going to be whining by Reeds because, Reeds will break him off some chicken.
So what you do...
And me, I just make eye contact with the dog and he'll go sit down. And people will be like, man, that...
father from the 80s?
Yeah, you got to be a strict father from the 80s with a dog. Let me tell you, dog raising 101. It's a dog, not a human being. You understand?
Even worse.
You want your dog to respect you. You got to treat your dog like a strict father from the 80s.
That's the...
Somebody who's not in control of their dog, it's not a good look. If I went to your house and your dog was whining trying to get chicken from you, I'd be like, I see what kind of man you are. But if you're eating a big steak and the dog's sitting in the corner not even begging for it, I'm like, Rita has his shit together for sure.
Nuts, bro. Slide the dog a piece of chicken. Let the owner snap. Let the owner give you I always let the owner just give me shit.
Absolutely not. The dog shouldn't even make eye contact with you while eating.
Oh my God.
Same thing with your kids, but we'll get to that later.
Then you raise a fucking cat.
Why? No, you can't raise a cat. A cat's always going to be out of control. A cat's out of control. A dog, you can... We took a dog from wolves to little pugs.
Yeah, where did cats come from?
Lions. I don't know. No, I think cats have always just been cats.
You never hear about that lineage story?
That's very true.
Dude, every lineage story you hear about animals like dogs, we got them from wolves.
Because...
We gave them more bones, and now they...
But cats, those feline cats, like... The little tabbies, I think they've always been around.
Yeah, they've been eating rats.
Because they found them in
France?
Mummies. You know, they find them in tombs, in
Egypt.
Egyptian tombs.
Yeah, what the fuck were cats doing in the desert?
So for us to get dogs, somebody had to go up to a wolf and be like, a few people got bit, but they eventually were like, please, wolf, just listen to me. And then eventually
the fuck were cats doing
they got
in the
wolf
desert?
to sit. But I think for cats, we didn't even have to domesticate them. One guy just picked up a cat on the way home from the market and was like, do you want to be my pet? And the cat's like, yeah, sure.
Bush.
You know?
You a cat or a dog person?
You want to know the truth? I have a joke about this. It's my only clean joke.
Give us your clean joke.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, do the quick, do the bit.
I couldn't, but all right, sure. I'll see if. So I ask people if they're a cat or a dog person. I always use this as a trick when I'm like performing for older audiences or audiences that I feel uncomfortable swearing.
Yeah.
I'll always do this joke to win them over, and then I say, yeah, that's my only clean joke, and I immediately go into a super dirty joke.
What an
You know
asshole.
what I mean? I'm glad that we have mics that we can lean away from, actually. In retrospect, because of the coughing, you can't just have a mic there and then it's just going to be Reet's coughing podcast for an entire hour.
Fuck you. Our microphones are set up by professionals.
You got to remember. Okay, yeah, here's the joke. I ask people if they like cats or dogs better, and I say that I like cats. I love cats, but dogs are better. I love cats, but dogs are better. Because every time somebody has a good cat, they always say the same thing. Best cat in the world. It's just like a dog. Best cat in the world, just like a dog. Look at this. When I come to the door, he greets me just like a dog. Best cat in the world. Look at this. I got him a treat. He sits down just like a dog. Best cat in the world. Doesn't happen the other way around. No one's ever like, hey, best dog in the world, just like a cat. Which dog? This dog. Best dog in the world, just like a cat. His name's Spike. Doesn't matter. He doesn't know what his name is. Where is he? He's hiding under the couch. You'll never see him. Oh, he just threw up. Who has to clean that up? I do. Best dog in the world, just like a cat.
Best dog in the world,
It's my only clean joke.
See, but that's a good joke.
But it's fun.
Dogs are the winner, man. Cats are nice. Sure.
Cats are great. But
sure, bro. But they're not a dog. You go for a walk and somebody gets too close to you, a dog is already like...
Yeah.
A cat gets... man, if somebody gets too close to you on a walk and you with your cat takes off. It doesn't even care about you.
Yeah, your cat wouldn't care.
What? Hey, you getting kicked?
Right. Which is why I think we never had to domesticate cats.
Yo, but cats love babies. You watch those videos where the cats save the babies? Like the baby's getting too close to the stairs and then the cat's like, get the hell out of there, baby!
Yeah. But there's also a lot of videos of cats straight up scratching babies' faces. So that was just like a rare good cat.
Oh my God, think about that. If you've seen a video of a cat slapping a baby, you're like, oh, what a bad cat. If you've seen a video of a dog slapping a baby.
That dog's long gone.
Dude, that dog's been put down. His whole family.
His whole family.
He was actually neutered before they put him down.
110%.
Wow.
For sure.
Cats have it good.
Cats have it great. Yeah, cats can get away with murder.
I know. There's tons of videos where cats are just slapping babies and nobody's saying shit.
A cat could literally get away with murder. How sticky do you think that would be in a court of law if you got your cat or dog to murder somebody?
Oh, I'm sick, man.
They have to prove that you got the dog to do it. But
Bro,
can you just be like, it wasn't me, especially if it's a cute dog. You're like, it wasn't me. It was
and the dog's wagging his
tail. It was
that
little puppy. And the whole jury's like, aw, let him go. Dismissed. Because the puppy's wagging his tail. Puppy saved a life again.
The judge throws a tennis ball. Get it, boy. You're a free boy. Who's a good boy?
So what are you rolling now?
What am I rolling now? I'm rolling a hybrid shishka berry something. I remember
Very
it being
good. I know shishka berry.
Yeah.
Do you care? Are you like, do you lean towards indica all day, or are you sativa all day, or do you balance it out?
Indica. Listen, man, for everybody listening, let's get serious about this weed talk. I gotta smoke indica.
But then this is a hybrid. You don't like indica more dominant?
No, that doesn't make it different. It just has to have indica in it because we're doing a podcast right now. I brought something that wouldn't get me couch. Like I'm not gonna die.
Right.
I'm just gonna smoke here with you. I'm gonna chill. But I gotta smoke indica on a regular basis because I'm hype. You know me, Pete.
Absolutely.
I'm hype,
oh, buddy, you know. Me and you together is a tornado, so we need to. I agree. It's good for us to stay high.
Buddy, I'm still hype as fuck.
So what happens if you smoke sativa then? Does your mind just start racing? Do you get what would you get more anxiety from?
I get anxiety right away for sure. I get panicky.
From sativa?
Yeah, and you
not
know what
from
I
indica.
become from sativa? I become judgy as shit.
I hear you. I'm telling you.
I become
a
judgy
lot
as
of people
shit.
say that you kind of become a dickhead.
You become a dickhead because you're all stressed out. Somebody says something normal to you. Hey, you want to eat? What do you mean, what do I want to eat? I'm not a fat fuck. Like, in your head, you're like, yeah, I'm starving, though.
And I think it's because you analyze things more. So I like smoking weed and being creative, but I've noticed now, like, the different ventures or different mediums that I'm working with, which one works better. So if I'm writing, like stand up, or I'm working on a script, I realize sativa works better because my mind can just go off wordiness, and I can be like, oh, actually, like, change this word and change that. But if I'm painting, I used to think that I'd like sativa because, sativa would give me the energy and I just want to keep painting, but it doesn't help. I need to calm down when I'm painting because I got to focus and breathe. And if I do sativa, I'll paint for a minute and then I have to drop the brush and pace around my room and be like, why did I say this thing in 2007, Because the sativa has me going crazy.
I can't do it. It's a trick, man. I'm also a flavor-based person. I can't smoke bad tasting weed
sativas have better
anymore.
flavors.
I know, but
So
you got to find indicas and hybrids that have this nice mix.
That's where you found yourself in the hybrid.
Here, smoke this. This is nice. This is for the hood. This is for the neighborhood, too. But
do you order from the government often?
The government wishes I ordered their weed. I'll
So
try it, though. No, we've reviewed a bunch of it, and there's actually some really good government weeds. I'll shout out to 7 Acres. Shout out to, oh, man, I can't remember. Something Street.
Do you know what I liked, actually? And it was really cheap. There's one called Soleil that was just... you know which one I'm talking about?
Hey, we remember Soleil?
Soleil?
With that hipster-ass name, because it would be, like, called Soleil, and it would be called, like, Boardwalk,
Yeah.
Sunshine, or something like that.
So Soleil had this pure CBD strain.
What was it called? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Oh, my fucking Lord, buddy.
But it's their pure CBD strain, which is really good for people who have a lower tolerance to smoking. It's almost like you just mix in this CBD strain, and it just will, like, it's watering down the liquor, if you know what I mean.
The craziest thing about CBD nowadays, too, is that you can use it to get less high. Like,
Yes,
if you're
that's
really
it.
high...
Do you want me to explain to you why that works?
No,
like,
give
scientifically?
Yes, give it to us.
Okay, so in your brain, you have cannabinoid receptors, right?
Mm.
And the cannabinoid receptor is where the THC goes to get you high. So you smoking right now that has a high THC content, when you're smoking, those THC molecules or whatever are going into the CBD receptor. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's where the THC belongs. It's also the same place that the CBD belongs. So these things are THC dominant strains. So the THC is going into your CBD receptors. Now let's say you start getting anxiety, you start getting too high, and you smoke CBD or take a drop of CBD or eat a CBD gummy. The CBD wants to go into the CBD receptors that it belongs in, and the only way that it can go into those receptors is essentially by knocking the THC out.
Wow.
So you smoking CBD is factually getting you less high off of the THC.
Wow.
Why is it important to have CBD? Let me continue with that.
Give
This
it
is
to me.
why everybody should be doing CBD.
Give it to me,
So
please.
as marijuana has gotten legalized, people have a less stigma surrounding this plant, right?
Correct.
But there's still people that are like, I don't want to be a stoner. I don't want to be high all day, which is completely understandable. I have a very low tolerance to weed despite smoking for 15 years. I get a lot of anxiety from it, but I still smoke every day. And I understand I don't want people to have anxiety. So I do think everybody should be taking CBD. I think CBD should be viewed as, let's say right now it's winter. It's natural in the winter to get a vitamin D deficiency. I think everybody should be taking vitamin D right now, right? That's natural. There's a bunch of vitamins that everybody should be taking. CBD is like one of those vitamins because you got to think 100 years ago or so, before prohibition, before they took away hemp and everything, CBD, aka hemp, is what we fed to the cows.
Yes, of course.
It's what we fed to everybody. So we were getting CBD naturally. we have CBD receptors. These need
built
to
into our brain.
Yeah, we need the cannabinoid receptors need that, right? So we were getting that from the cows. We were getting that from all of these things and all this hemp. And then it was made illegal for 100 years. And everybody's feeling weird.
Humans are so soft.
Do you see what I'm
How
saying?
the fuck did we allow it to be illegal for 100 years?
And now you take CBD and you're expecting to be high. And it's like, what just happened? And people are like, I'm not high, but I just feel more normal. And it's like, yeah, because you had a deficiency of CBD before. And you just got a vitamin that your body's been wanting for a long time.
Honestly, I'm fucking deficient of everything. You ever just take a multivitamin and be like, this is what health feels like?
And then you just pee orange for the next 3 days, and you're like, something's
I don't even
not right
pee
here.
anymore, bro. I just shit, and liquid comes out with my shit. and that's it. That's just my life, bro. I haven't peed in years, and it's good. It's good. It's good. You know, because pee leaves that residue on your cock. It's no good, bro.
It's true.
Listen to me, man. How's it been with you, though? You still doing comedy?
What are you doing? I'm like, is this what we're going to do? Because we can do it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to break you out.
Are we like doing like
I'm going to break you out of your
late night style? You're like,
because I'm getting higher now, so I don't give a fuck anymore.
yeah, like we
I'm
just
moving
did a
the
show
mic
together last week, but you're going to like try and
We
set
did,
it
hey, I
up.
canceled on a show last week. Tell me about that show.
Oh, yeah, you did cancel. Oh, yeah, you canceled on a show we were supposed to do in Bracebridge.
How was it?
Did you ever have intentions of doing that show? Can I honestly ask
Yeah,
you that?
and then...
When I came there and I was like, I cannot see Mike Rita doing this show.
I do corporates all the time.
It wasn't a corporate.
What was it then?
Bracebridge is like Muskoka.
I did Bracebridge the other day. I did Muskoka. I did Gravenhurst.
Right.
Is that Gravenhurst? That's the same shit?
Yeah, pretty close.
That's it, bro.
So this is like cottage country. We walk in.
I got a cottage.
And you know what that show ended up being?
It
It was a late Christmas party for these ladies' yoga studio.
This guy, homie wasn't paying us. Buddy didn't pay us enough anyway.
No. So yeah, it was a Christmas party for a yoga
Do you
studio.
think he fucking caked on that?
No, because he didn't know. So it's like that's the regular comedy night that they do once a month. And the bar just was like, well, we have comedy night. You guys should just bring your Christmas party here.
And then do it on that comedy night.
Mm-hmm.
And then he booked you and I to go up. I didn't even get that good of a paying gig. It was just better than that gig.
Yeah. So you got to take it, right?
It was like $50 more.
So why wouldn't you have just taken this one? Because you could have came with me. I feel disrespected.
Listen, bro.
What mattered more, $50 or a good time with your
I'm going to tell you what
peeps?
really matters more. It was on a Saturday or a Friday?
It was on a Saturday.
And then 100% the reason I canceled on that gig is because I have to drive out to Bracebridge and come back, and I want to watch the Leaf game. And I'm a piece of shit like that. If I could do a gig that's local and be out of my house by like 9 and then still catch like, you know, because I'm headlining, I don't got to be there right away. If I message the host like, hey, I'm on my way, I'll be there a couple minutes late, start the show, no biggie. But you watch the fucking Leaf game like a man with your goddamn family and a slice of pizza. Like a fucking man.
With the dog sitting in the corner.
I don't even have a dog.
Food.
I got a fish tank, so I got to slice a little pizza in a fish tank.
Oh, you're breaking it off for the fishes too, eh?
I'm a homie.
Even your fishes are begging.
You know, as I become older, I have become less caring of being at the show on time. If I'm headlining,
yeah, I mean, that's kind of always been a thing with you. So I don't think you need to say, as you become older, don't try and make your lack of etiquette showing up on time exquisite. You're like, as I've become older, I've developed a
like
taste for disrespecting the producer and showing up late for shows. Like, you're not.
It's gotten worse, bro. It's gotten worse. It's not even.
Don't say you become like you're trying to make it sound like a good thing. You've developed a bad habit. It's not a good thing.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Joe Cocker showing up late.
Joe Cocker showed up 2 hours late. I show up 20 minutes late because I'm catching the end of the Leaf game.
It's still in relevance. Is that what you want people saying? Morgan told us his parents paid their hard-earned money to try and go see Joe Cocker.
Yeah.
And he still remembers it to let that story live on. Do you want Aaliyah's generation? Do you want people to be like, oh, yeah, my parents one time went to go see Mike Rita in Gravenhurst, and he showed up an hour late, stoned out of his mind, saying he hasn't peed in 10 years.
But that's not how late I show up. I show up 20 minutes late while the host is bringing up the first act, and I'm like 4 acts away.
That's not late.
That's
then.
who I am, you fucking peanut.
Okay, yeah, we all do that.
I'll ash on your fucking dick right now.
Bully Reitz is back.
Bully Reitz is back.
And can I say, I missed him.
You remember Bully Reitz?
I miss Bully Reitz.
You guys don't know, but Bully Reitz is my alter ego who shows up when she gets too hype, and I'm like, what? I'll start bullying my way out of this situation.
Bully Reitz starts telling everybody you'll knock them out.
Yeah, I will. I haven't knocked anyone out in years.
Yeah, Bully Reitz is your sativa.
Yeah.
The sativa side of you.
Where the hell is this guy coming from? What? You don't think it's hybrid? It's mixing in.
Right?
Listen, let me pass.
But the Slim Shady's slipping through.
I'm Marshall Mathers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Marshall. Listen. What was our best memory as a young man?
As young men,
Yes, in our early 20s. Can you think of your favorite memory with me?
I have a ton of favorite memories.
Give me some
with
of
you.
our favorite memories.
I always like doing mushrooms with you,
Hey, if
which we could still do.
Mushrooms are a good time. I don't even do mushrooms anymore. I do acid.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't do
me
mushrooms.
Too. I do a lot.
As I get older, like a fine wine,
Do you like acid better than mushrooms?
big time. And it's only because mushrooms gives me anxiety.
But how
and
much
acid.
mushrooms are you doing?
Always like 5 grams.
That's
or
insane.
2. Like
that is insane.
like I can.
That's crazy. Do you understand what you're saying?
But
I don't do mushrooms because it gives me anxiety, and you always do 5 grams. That's like a guy saying, I don't drink because I always throw up. How much are you drinking? I don't know, 2-4. Yeah, man, maybe just try drinking less beer.
No. See, the thing is, when you do like, I can't find any middle ground. When you do like 2-3 grams, all you get is anxiety, high. So you gotta break.
No, I do like a gram of mushrooms, and I'll still. It's just not the same high you're used to, but I'll still get a wonderful high from it.
No, I don't want it, man. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna
You do
microdose acid. That's right. I'm gonna get a tab, cut it in 2, cut it in 3, and just do it. Sit
You
there.
don't do full tabs?
Well, I don't got that time anymore. I got a kid and a lady at home, and it's like,
But either way, it's still gonna last.
if I
12
was
hours.
dipping to BC to go do some shows,
Yeah.
I'll do a full tab if I have some days off and just go to the mountains with a tent.
Yeah, I
Risk
don't do
getting
it in
eaten by a
Toronto
bear.
lot.
Let's fucking go, bro.
Crazy. I've done acid in BC.
BC is crazy because you can
So
hear wolves
much.
at night.
Yeah,
in
and we were.
Birkin, British Columbia, you can hear wolves.
It's crazy. We went
I've
to
never
Stanley
heard that.
Park.
Oh my god! You're just in the middle of nowhere in British Columbia, and at nighttime you're doing acid, and you just hear like. You're
It's
like,
crazy. Stanley Park, especially, because when you're doing that like seawall, once you've committed 2 hours to walk around the
you
seawall,
actually
it's
have
like
to commit the rest of the way to get out
yeah, because there's no exit. You can't cut through the forest.
with their fucking. British Columbia is nice.
I was with Costa and Luke when we did that, and we were flying, and so much weird stuff.
Wait, I want to give all the listeners a quick rundown. Costa and Lucas are friends from Newfoundland who also do acid and mushrooms.
Yeah, so we were like flying, and so much weird stuff happened to us. So at one point before we went into Stanley Park, there was a guy, and he was like looking at us and like muttering to himself, and we're all like, "Oh man, this guy's trippy," but whatever, we're not letting it get to us. Then like an hour later, we went to use like the bathroom that like you see near the park, and this guy was outside, so we went inside to the bathroom, and 2 of our friends were still out there. Costa was one of them, and me and Luke were in the bathroom. And the guy was whispering to himself like someone's gonna die tonight, and he was saying some really crazy stuff. And Costa came in the bathroom and was like, "We gotta go. This guy's saying that he's gonna kill us and all this stuff." And like Costa's a badass. Costa's Israeli
He's like a black
army.
belt. Yeah, he's like a military black belt, dude.
So if he's shook, we're like, we got shook.
Yeah, he's also on drugs, so he's not there.
Right. So we're like, we gotta get out of here. And then
Wow,
some
I have a
weird
great
stuff.
story about that guy.
Right. So then some weird stuff started happening in the forest and this and that. And then like Costa just says, he's like, "Man, why does this stuff always happen to us when we're on acid?" And we're like, "Yeah, it's so weird. What a coincidence." And then I'm like, probably because when we do acid, that's the only time that we'll walk into a forest alone at 4 a.m. You know what I mean? Like people are like,
Normally, why would you walk into a forest at 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
Like, nah,
It's like,
nah,
why does
don't
this
do
always
it.
happen when we're acid? Because you weren't on acid, we wouldn't do this.
We're in a forest. Get out of my house.
Right?
Man, I'm going to tell a quick story, and then I'm going to go to Costa as well. Listen, do you remember that time that you and I and a couple of our friends, we all did mushrooms on Halloween?
I was
we
gonna
got
say.
so high. This is our best story. This is so...
That was the story I was going to say.
I don't ever have to exaggerate this story. I promise. Paul Thompson, you're going to confirm this. And you're going to tell your own version, too, because it's just so funny.
I talk about this on stage sometimes.
Man,
still.
we got so high on mushrooms on Halloween in a basement. Okay, this guy lived in a basement apartment. We all got high on this basement apartment in this couch, and for hours
We weren't
and hours,
expecting
we
that
laughed.
either, because I think our intentions were to just play FIFA or do something.
Yeah,
Because
just
I
to
remember
chill.
Sandro Veri was leaving. He was leaving. Like he was on his feet, the door open, and he goes like, "What are you guys doing for the rest of the night?" We're like, "I don't know, man. We don't have plans." I remember he had the bag of mushrooms and he threw it on the table. He's like, "You do now." And we were all like, "Whoa!" And he left.
Oh my god!
And then we were like, "All right, this is gonna happen."
man, and we did such strong mushrooms that night that we all did like 2-3
Crazy.
grams, not even like 2 grams each.
Yeah.
But we all got obliterated, man. This guy had like a poster. This guy's walls were melting. It was one of those
Do you
kind
remember
of
what the
mushroom
poster
trips.
said?
No.
Save the tuna.
Save the tuna.
He
And this
did.
guy's Save the Tuna poster was speaking to us
And
that
we could
night.
see the waves in the poster.
It was
man.
nuts. It was
We
nuts.
were
Okay,
like,
so
what?
this whole mushroom trip is going on. 4 guys, 5 guys in a basement. We're all laughing our fucking heads off. It's
We
that
were
giggly, like,
laughing
like when
so
you laugh,
hard.
it's all trails and stuff. So
Do you remember
I-
Bacon at one point said We were laughing for an hour and a half straight. And then for 1 second, we got quiet for 30 seconds. We all just started zoning out and no one said anything. And then Bacon goes, yo, isn't it crazy to think someone out there somewhere is a professional hula hooper?
Yeah.
Someone gets paid to hula hoop. Okay?
Oh, man,
and
we
I don't want
used to
to
do it.
speed up the story too much, but we'll forget if I don't say this
Get
right
in on
away.
it. Get in on
So I
it.
just wanted to say, so the next day we all went and did a show at Vapor Central
Oh, my God.
together. And who was on the show but a professional hula hooper?
Oh
Do
my
you
God.
remember
and
that?
She brought a dancer with her too, like a little like dude.
And we were
to
all like,
oh my
what?
God. That's crazy though, man.
Yeah.
But wait, we would have forgot that. That's
Yeah,
really funny.
so-
we all go back to the basement. For some reason, do you remember why we went outside?
So no, we were all down there, and then we were
just-
just having fun, and like it was just
But-
amazing. And it was a very plain basement, 4 white walls, and we literally just like wanted to go outside because it's like we forgot what outside was.
Yeah, we were so high. What only was probably like 40 minutes to an
Yeah,
hour.
We're like, we haven't even been outside yet. I hope we're
Yeah.
not giving away parts of this story. So I think we're on
No.
the same page about
Yeah,
how we
yeah.
can build up to this good together.
Okay.
So we decided to go outside.
And when we step outside, this
I
is the
remember
greatest
one of the
part of
first
this.
things that I saw.
I don't remember.
Before all I remember is we were outside. We were having cigarettes, and I saw a ghost. And I didn't want to say anything, but I saw a ghost.
This guy's
But
the
not like a
best.
ghost, like a transparent person. More of like a child in a ghost costume, like a white sheet over, just like walking. And I
And
was
we
like,
forgot it
"What?"
was Halloween though. You
Because
have to
we started seeing Power Rangers, we started seeing everything, and I was like, I am tripping out. And then we were all like kind of trying to keep
Yeah,
it to
man.
ourselves because I thought it was hallucinating, and I
It
didn't want to
took
look
us
like a
3 or
lightweight.
4 costumes for somebody to break through and be like, "It's Halloween."
And then one of
guys."
us was just like, "Yo, it's Halloween," and we're
Oh
all
my
like,
God.
"Oh my
Imagine that, man. 4 guys in their
God.
early 20s coming out of a basement, all laughing that it's Halloween. It was.
When we found out it was Halloween, our brains exploded. Because up to that, I literally saw bananas in pajamas. I'll never
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
it. And
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
People
oh
just,
my
like-
God, man, my heart was beating. I was like, I am losing my mind.
Buddy, that was the
Like-
nutso of our life. That was
That
one
was
of the
the
peaks
best
of my
thing
drug
ever.
youth. We're probably like 22, 23 here, not even.
Yeah.
And then
We
we probably
were-
ate pizza.
And I remember the pizza that we got. So obviously, dairy is bad for your stomach. That's another thing. Like how we were talking about CBD can sober you up when you're too high on THC. If you're ever too high on mushrooms, which is why mushrooms is a great beginner psychedelic, you can always bring milk with you. So if you ever get too high on the mushrooms, you drink some milk. The milk will help coat your stomach and will tone down the mushroom high. So if you ever need safety milk when you're getting high on mushrooms, you can always do that. But we were having so much fun on the mushrooms that when we went to order the pizza, I was like, the dairy, the cheese will make us sober. So we ordered the pizza from Pizza Gigi's with premium toppings and no cheese. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Right? And that's when we found out we're like, yeah, no cheese pizza is also really bomb. That was a mushroom staple for us following that.
We also used to fucking party in that basement, man. Being a young comedian is
Talk
one of the
about
most-
whatever you want in that basement, by the way. Yeah.
Okay, listen, man.
I'm not going to bring up things, but I'm very
I'll bring it in. I
comfortable.
don't give a
Okay, you
shit.
can.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up too.
Mhm.
Listen, when we were young comedians, you grow up idolizing these guys, and you always hear the story of how drug-fueled LA was.
That's a
and
that's
New
a good
York
way to put
was.
it, yeah.
Okay, and you hear it, and you go, "What? These guys are nuts." But this is like when you're
Keeping
20.
in mind too, yeah, at this
21.
age too, we had a record player in that basement. That was the only way we were listening to music. So we were either listening to Rumors by Fleetwood Mac or Bat Out of Hell. Those were the only 2 records. Remember that?
Man, that's
We'd play
crazy. We,
anything we
used to
did.
bring some like George Carlin records over and shit like
Sure.
that. And
Yeah.
remember, and then we started bringing Richard Pryor albums over so we could do blow off the Richard Pryor albums as a way to like honor him.
Man, we
Listen,
used
man.
to do blow off Richard Pryor albums and get so high that we would sit in my basement and turn all the lights off and listen to Richard Pryor and try and pretend that we were
We
there.
were in the comedy club, so that because we
I
couldn't
remember.
experience it for real, so you had to pretend that you were in a comedy club. So and you would hear the littlest things because you're now in the audience. You're not a
Right.
comic. Listen, you're in the audience. You'd
Well,
hear
we
the
get in
people
the
laughing
zone.
next to you, and we would get ripped, man.
And it sounds like that would be a positive experience, like a bunch of guys doing drugs and just like we'd be laughing and we were just crying. We barely laughed. We'd listen to Richard Pryor and just
You're
be like,
so
he was
sad
such,
that you
oh
can't-
man,
I
he was
know.
such a genius. I can't believe
you wouldn't
it.
even be.
He
We
had
were so,
MS.
We were
I
so
can't
happy.
imagine.
We were so happy to be comics.
I still am, man. I still am.
Well,
At
it's
the end of the
different now.
day,
I'm
you
like,
know.
it's not even not that you're not happy, because you're blessed. So it's a
Yeah.
different type of happiness. It's an acceptance of the happiness.
Yeah.
At the time, when you're like a 22-year-old comedian, you're not even accepting of your happiness yet. You don't. You feel like you don't deserve it, even though we were young killers, bro. And now I can
totally,
look back
man.
and be like, man, we were young killers. We were building followings. We were doing shit that nobody did. We used to host shows in weed lounges, and there had been like maybe one or two dudes doing that before us. A couple people done it at the Hot Box,
Yeah.
like, but we were the first. I would say people born in like the late 80s, early 90s, kind of trying to touch that generation and shit like that. It was fucking wild, man.
Yeah.
But we were trying to also honor those comics that we loved. George Carlin, Richard,
Totally.
Mitch.
And still like on Richard Pryor. And,
God, how much fun did we have doing drugs at a young age?
But that was the turn
And
of like
doing
becoming
comedy.
a real comedian.
Could you perform on
for
drugs?
us. Yeah. Name a drug that I haven't performed on.
I
What are you
did
talking
blow
about?
once and I performed and I couldn't do it. I never did it again because
Buddy,
I take my performances so seriously. And
Me
I know
too, but
get high,
I had like that's why I had to stop and stuff was because I enjoyed doing stand up on blow.
Ooh,
For sure.
Fuck, that's a bad buzz.
And when I would do like, man,
And
I
then
would
when
do
you do
shows
good, yeah.
sometimes and do like an hour 20, an hour 30, and like it's not like drug. Like I could listen to it the next day and like I was smashing, but I wouldn't even do like material.
Jesus.
I get into stories and you just be going off because when you do blow, you just want to. At least me, I just want to talk and talk and talk and talk. That's why me and you were always such a good cocaine duo. Was
I don't
because
say nothing.
You love to sit quiet and listen, and I love to talk. And we used to do blow, and you used to just rip the bong, and I would just be like, "Here's the thing, okay?" And I'm not just saying that it's like all of the
Yeah,
banks,
yeah.
but some of them.
Yo, we've always been good friends because of our yin and yang personalities, man.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm as energetic as I am, also very quiet and weird.
Well, because that's the same thing. It's like when we smoke weed, then I tend to like to be quieter, and you get a little bit more louder when we smoke weed. So
I
we always
know.
do have that yin and yang.
Man,
And we are
trust.
the best FIFA soccer team of all time under Team
Oh
Portugal.
my God, we used to play as Team Portugal on FIFA Streets and FIFA, just normal FIFA, and destroy our friends.
And nobody's ever touched us.
What they didn't know is that it's just years of playing together, and you just do that run, and someone just sprints.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. We're not gonna get into that. Listen, we got to get into other stuff. What would our fans want to listen to? They probably want to know because we've been working together for so long.
Yeah.
What would some of the stuff? What was it like getting started? What was it like hosting weed shows at Vape on the Lake?
Oh, it's incredible.
Let me give a quick rundown to anybody who's listening. If you don't know, Paul Thompson hosted a show at a weed lounge that was in the middle of what we call Lakeshore, the Lakeshore area in Toronto. It's kind of like a dingy area, but this guy somehow managed to bring 40, 50, 60 people out every Mondays?
Mm-hmm.
Monday nights, this guy would fill out a shitty little old weed lounge that was like, at the time, we didn't call it shitty because it was what we had.
Yeah.
But at the
I
time,
still
it was great.
wouldn't call it shitty.
It wasn't, man.
I loved
it
it.
really wasn't, man. It really wasn't. I just have so many angry memories near the end there
Yeah, I
of
guess
just
so.
like, I don't know, bitter shit. And I always feel
Yeah.
so angry because at the time we didn't know how good we had it. This guy was filling out weed shows Mondays with 20-year-olds, 23, 25, like in that
And
kind of
old
range.
people, too. That's the weird thing about doing right now because it hasn't gotten so mainstream. And I don't know if you've noticed this, too, but doing all the weed shows that we do, I find the fans that we get are either people our age or younger that are like, fuck yeah, I smoke weed, too. And then there's this gap, and then it's people who are like 60 to 70. Do you find that? Like with our podcast, we have young people that
No
love
one in
coming
their
out.
40s is smoking weed because it was taboo in the 90s
Exactly,
when
but
they were
I
in their
don't.
20s.
We don't have fans like that. And then like you'll come to our show and it's young people younger than us or people our age, and then there's always 4 or 5 people who are 60, 70, and they're like, I also like your podcast.
Yes,
and they get
man.
high, so they like listening to us
Because
talk about
there's
our
a
balls and shit
giant
because they're
gap
stoned.
in drug use between like the 60s and 70s and then the
Right,
80s and
the baby-
90s
it's
show
the
up.
baby boomers have a sensitivity, right?
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's the 80s and 90s.
Right.
These people were dressing in fucking reflective jackets and shit. I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck they were thinking. It wasn't about smoking weed at that time. I don't know what the fuck was going on in the 80s and 90s. Because if
That's
you listen to the
baby- it's
music,
the baby boomers because even
Dude,
like
it's that-
1969 is like a summer of drugs.
yes, man. And even the 70s, go
But,
listen to
like-
70s records. You still got a hippy dippy sounds coming through. It's this 80s and 90s shit that changes it, right? The hard cocaine usage in the late
Yeah.
70s through the 80s. And then all
It
those
got
kids.
grungier.
Well, if you've ever done a lot of drugs, you know that there's a come down. That's what it is. The 80s, everyone's high. The 90s, everyone's coming down. So they're
Right.
all grungy, like, life sucks. Yeah, of course it sucks. You got no serotonin left, you
Yeah,
fucks.
yeah.
We've all done it. So,
Oh, buddy.
But
Holy.
listen, man. But then what do you get after that? You get poppy shit because you're lazy. Oh, man, it's crazy how you can look at drug use through the ages that way.
Yeah.
Listen, what music do you listen to, Paul?
I listen to all like music. I like a lot of.
Who is your favorite
different
artist?
stuff. Who's my favorite artist?
Yeah.
I don't even know, man. Honestly, like when I say that, though that I actually do listen to all music. Like how much Bollywood
I know, that's why.
music I like. Remember, like we've shuffled through. You've gone on my shuffle, and I listen.
I don't want to fuck with your music.
I listen to Spanish music.
You
I
watch
listen
any
to-
of the Oscar things? We're recording this in the vicinity of Oscars. Do you watching any Oscar shit? You don't watch an Oscar? You didn't even watch
No.
1917?
No. I mean, maybe I did, but I'm like.
Maybe
I'm
then
not
you would have known.
subscribing
You
to
fuck.
the idea of reward shows in the past couple of years.
Never
of my
mind the
life,
award
and
show. We're
it's
talking about the
healthier.
films. You fuck.
So
I
it
don't care
doesn't
about the
matter. Maybe
Oscars.
I did or I didn't. I don't want to know
That's
what
it.
people are nominating. Or I don't view art in that way anymore.
God, that's so.
You know?
Tell me more about that. Why?
I don't care what a committee thinks about something or anything.
I'm asking you, did you watch a film? I don't care about your committee. You
So which
fucking stoner.
film?
1917.
No, I didn't watch it.
All right,
It's all one shot.
Jesus,
right?
you artsy fartsy prick. You're so fucking funny. I'm gonna punch you
Hey,
in the
do you
dick.
still have that painting that I gave you years ago?
Yes, man. It's in our bedroom.
That's hilarious.
Yes, man. It's actually behind our TV because it's just where it's always been. But it also has like a layer of dust because it's kind of high and we can't get to it.
And what is it again? What did I paint?
You actually gave me what I imagine is a practice canvas of like an alien and corners painted in black and red. It's very abstract. It's very acidy.
Yeah.
There's not much structure to it. It looks just like a practice canvas that you were having fun on.
Yeah. I probably put my whole heart into it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why it's shit though. Listen, man. Listen.
Do you
Pete.
do you want to talk openly?
I want to talk about.
Do you miss doing drugs like we used to do drugs?
No.
Why not?
Because
I can't believe that.
There's a high that you get, and I'm not even joking, bro. When you accept that you've
I know what you're talking about.
I
Yeah,
can't
you're
do
right.
drugs responsibly. So
Right.
I had to accept that I either did them once in a fucking blue moon responsibly or I didn't do them at all.
Yeah.
And I pretty much don't even do them at all anymore. I started off with that blue moon shit where I was like, I'll do them once a year. But you know me. This is truth. This is on record. I didn't do blow. I did Hollywoods. I did lines on pages. I did record corner to corner. I used to enjoy this blast.
100%.
I also do that with mushrooms and acid. I don't do 1 tab. I do 3 tabs. I don't do 1 gram. I do 5 grams of mushrooms. I love drugs in excess. Thank God I don't do fucking like heart stoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for Christ's sake.
No, it's once you've experienced that with cocaine, especially,
Bro.
you're never gonna go back to like just doing keys.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I met a beautiful woman a few years ago. You know that, D.
Yeah.
D saved me. I came from a weird situation with my ex, and where I was doing lots of drugs and living this weird life, and then D comes into my life. She saves me. She doesn't do drugs. When I had met D, she hadn't even done any hallucinogenics. She just smoked weed.
Right.
And then I introduced her to some acid and some mushrooms. Cause I promised her that she would like it, and she did. Thank God. But she doesn't do it anymore.
Think about too with like doing drugs with girls in the first part that I get paranoid.
What?
We don't need to say who, but remember you went on a date and a girl passed out because you guys smoked weed?
Oh, awful.
And she passed out at the movie theater. Do you remember that?
Yeah, she greened out at a theater while we were waiting in line for popcorn.
I still think about that, Mike, like once a week.
Can we tell
and
that
anytime,
story?
please tell it. And I'm saying this.
Do you want me to tell it? Tell it like I used to tell it.
You can tell it like it's a nightmare to me. Anytime I'm now smoking weed with a girl who I'm just starting to talk to, I only think about that story and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking green out. I'm gonna green out. I'm gonna wake up and she's gonna be like, I don't think this works out. You know what I mean?
Okay, man. So I smoke a lot of weed. I always smoked a lot of weed. I always rolled big joints. Go on a date with a girl, you're gonna roll yourself a normal sized joint.
100%.
You're just rolling yourself
flexing.
a cannon. You're gonna roll up what you normally roll, but what I normally roll is already big dupes.
Right.
So I roll up a big dupe, spark that up for the homies, and then. But listen, man. So I spark a dupe. I go on a date with this girl. We smoke a dupe before the movie. We get to the movies. She's good. She's laughy. She's giggity.
Yeah.
But we stop talking. For what? A couple seconds we're in line. You know, you're looking up at the choices on the thing. Man, and this girl, you know, you look over, you're like, so what are you going to get? Hey, what are you going to get?
Okay, and this is still her just standing?
And she's standing and staring at me in my eyes. And I'm like, hey, are you okay? I can see it now. And she starts just, oh my God, how have I not told this on stage? And she starts dead eyes staring at me. And now I'm like, man, something's wrong. So I just kind of grab her. And I go, hey, and you have to shake someone.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
do you shake someone in that moment? I don't know. but you do it naturally.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even I just went, hey, are you okay?
And she's still on her feet.
Dead eye on her feet, but now she starts to collapse.
She falls into you.
And now I have to, like, not just falls into me, dead falls. Like, dead falls is when the knees collapse and you got to hold on or they're just going to fucking.
Spontaneous trust fall.
Dude,
You're
spontaneous
like,
trust fall.
right.
All right, this is it. So now I got to grab her and I start picking her up and kind of moving her to the side of like a hallway where there's nobody. And everybody's watching me grab this girl who looks like she's passed out or drugged. I don't know what the fuck they thought, but everybody was watching, like, people pulling like their purses closer to them.
You think so?
Dude, it was creepy at first. It only became nice when the security guard came over and they heard what was happening. I was like, she's passing out. We got to help her. Somebody get her some water. And then, so I knew what the fuck was going on. And she woke up and she didn't know what was going on. And she woke up to me just going, you just passed out in a movie theater, but nobody can see you because I picked you up and I brought you to like a little hallway. It's just me and the security guard.
I remember you telling me that, and I remember at the time thinking the same thing I'm thinking right now. That's so sweet.
That's what I did.
That's such a heartwarming part of the story.
Because I brought her there and I put her to the side, and I dealt with people passing out all week because I've been smoking weed for so long.
Of course. So many times at our shows, and still at our shows, this stuff still happens.
I know. So,
dude.
That happened this week on my Friday show at Vapor Central. A guy did a dab and he started puking and like twitching in the back. Okay.
Oh man.
So listen, then this lady passes out. I wake her up to that. We get her some juice. Security guard is like gushing over me. This dude was like, man, you guys are so cute, man. You guys don't know, man. This guy just, I seen the whole thing. I was standing over there. I was like, what's this guy doing? What's he doing with that girl? And this guy was saving you. It was so nice, man. And I was like, thanks, brother. He was like, man, you the best, guys. You guys need something right now? I'll go get it for you. And we got like some popcorn and shit.
What a first date.
Yeah, too bad it turned out to be the worst first. No,
no kidding.
But listen.
You know what happened to me at the so we're used to seeing this happen all the time. And I don't even know if I should say this. It's not funny, but whatever. We're stoned.
I don't give a fuck.
Sometimes I just like telling intense
It's a podcast.
stories.
Tell whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, so I didn't really say this a lot, and I'll
Tell
never
the murder
talk about
story.
this
Tell
on
that
stage.
time we killed that guy.
No, okay. So I was at the gym 3 months ago, and I was in this area of free weights, and there was a guy, and he was probably late 30s, early 40s, really jacked dude. And he was doing this workout where he was holding on to the bench, and he was doing one arm like this, right? His arm for like your deltoids, your shoulders. And out of nowhere, this guy just drops the weight and slowly collapses to the ground.
Classic, bro. I've seen those YouTube videos.
And I'm like, okay, this is standard. This is like a green out, you know? And I go and I'm like, hey, man, you okay? And I'm doing like the standard stuff. But his eyes are open and they're really dark.
Yeah.
And I hear him make this like
Like he can't
noise. No, not like he can't breathe. Like, bro, I'm telling you, when I looked in his eyes and he made this noise, I knew it was his last breath.
No.
As intense as that sounds. So now I'm like, yo, trying to get people's attention, you know? They come over, CPR starts happening.
No.
Okay? And now people in the gym start realizing what's happening. Within no time, ambulance, naturally, everybody comes in, okay? And they're like, everybody outside, okay? So then everybody has to go outside of the gym, and they're giving this guy CPR. Now we're all outside. We're all like in gym clothing, and there's like 50 people outside this building, which also like 5 out of these 50 people of the douchiest people just literally continue their workout. I'm not joking. There's a guy doing chin-ups off the stairs. There's guys doing like sit-ups in the parking lot. Like really.
So guys who are built like heroes but mentally might not actually be heroes.
Yeah, you're like, really? What are you guys doing? Then the police come out. They go, who saw it? Who saw it? I'm like, me. And then they're like, okay, you got to come in. No one, not even staff. No one's allowed in. Now I come inside. Oh, buddy. I'm like, this is bad. There's like chalk down. They're carrying this guy. And yeah, I have to say like what happened. And they're like, yeah, he died. This guy just died beside me at the gym. Bro, I didn't go to the gym for like 2 weeks. And even when I went for like the longest time, like I sometimes like getting high and going to the gym because it's like, you know, the body connection, muscle memory.
I'd stop going to the gym in general.
Man, I can't go to the gym high anymore. No more. Like
just don't go to the gym at all, bro.
I know, and I'm just like, that's where it happened.
Just get fat, get chubs like Rita, eat some fucking late night burgers.
No, I like
the gym, bro. You just watched the guy die. I had never been
crazy.
Smoking weed and watched nobody die.
And then it happened like, then I went to like, it was my nephew's birthday. It was kind of tripping me out.
He has a picture of like Mother Mary on his fucking thing, and you also have a tattoo somewhere too.
I do, yeah.
Right?
She's like, on the arm.
I was like, you have her somewhere too.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
guy's fucked, man.
You want to know why I have that?
Bro, see, you're like some sort of religious beacon of death, bro.
No, you know what it is? Why I like
Don't
the
touch
Mother
me,
Mary.
fucking beacon of death.
You know, yo, it happened a lot. It happened again after. I almost saw another, like, man, that stuff just started happening to me a lot. And
Gee, listen to me.
people were collapsing around me.
Why?
I don't know. It's not me. I was on the train. Then I was like, I got to go home and see my family. This is tripping me out. So I went home to see my nephew. And on the train, guy collapses. They're like, oh, we had to, like, right in front of me again. They're like, we have to pull over the train. Ambulance has to come on the train. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh,
I think you're supposed to touch these people. You're not supposed to let them die. You got to touch them or something.
I'm trying everything I can to help. Okay?
Touch them. I've seen the movies. Like you're like an angel guy. You're supposed to be like you're not dying.
I touched the one
You're
guy.
not dying.
I touched the one guy. The
Kiss
way
him.
his body jiggled when I was trying to wake the guy up. But anyways, moving on. We won't need to talk about that. But
I
just
know.
when you're
I guess I'm making jokes.
Isn't that crazy though?
No, because I can't fucking let you make
You know
jokes.
how
about
hard
them.
it was to say that story and not make jokes?
No, I gotta make them for you. I'll let you tell them.
I know. Because it's actually a real story, so I don't want, you know.
Remember that?
Do you know why I have the Mother Mary tattoo?
No, why?
Sometimes people go like, but is it because are you Catholic? And I'm not Catholic, right? But I have this, and that's because I like paintings of Mother Mary. That's one thing. I'm just a fan of it as the art. But
Yeah.
also, there was an era before the Renaissance type thing, and during the Renaissance certainly, like 1300s to 1400s, and around like this whole time. But
'Kay.
that's the time that I really studied. We'd say 1400 to 1600 is my favorite era of art.
All
But
right.
even prior to that, if you wanted to be an artist and you wanted to make money, the only way to really make money, unless you were getting some rich people to commission you to do portraits,
Sure.
was to get the church to pay you. So when I see pictures of like Mother Mary, it's not like I don't think about it in correlation to the story in the Bible or anything to do with being Catholic. I just literally like religious art, and it's also inspirational to me because it's like my favorite era of art. If you were painting for the church, you made it. Do you know what I'm saying? So if I lived in the 1400s, I'd like to be a good enough artist that I got to one day paint a Mother Mary too. That's why I have the tattoos. That's why I like the images so much of Mother Mary.
I can't fuck with that shit.
But
I
I
grew
know
up in a Catholic
you have a
house.
pretty you're a hater on religion more than me. We've always known that.
I'm a massive hater of religion.
Yeah, you're Alex Jones
But
of
I
religion,
also-
and I'm like,
You're that guy in the morning. What's his name, man? The guy who speaks to the thousands of people in the morning, but he can't open his eyes, man.
The Pope?
You wish.
you did
Guys,
the Pope look. You went like this. This isn't the Pope.
What's the dude? What's that guy, man? He
Um,
speaks in the morning, man. Fuck, he has the jets and shit. People always giving him crap. Joel Osteen.
yeah,
Joel
Osteen.
Osteen.
Yeah.
Dude, you're Joel Osteen, and I hate religion, so I got to be somebody else. And it's not that I hate religion. I
I'm
grew up in a
Joel.
religious house.
That's
What
the
the
thing.
fuck do you want me to do? I grew up in a
know.
religious house, man.
Especially Catholic, I find that a lot of people I know that grew up Catholic, if they're not hardcore devoted Catholics,
Dream's over, bro.
they're anti-Catholic,
I'm anti-religion.
of course, right? But me, I was like my
And the
parents. I
worst
don't think
thing
my
is
parents
wife
believe in
is-
God.
My wife is not religious; she's spiritual. So I'm over here talking shit. I'll talk shit about everything.
But you're spiritual.
I don't care about nothing anymore.
Yeah, right. Bullshit.
I know,
That's
I'm
such a lie.
I know. I'm all about.
What happens
vibes
when
and
we
energy.
die?
What happens when we die? Oh, that's a good question. What happens when we die, bro? Honestly,
Here's two. I want two answers.
Okay, give
I
me-
want two answers.
Give me two.
I want your actual hypothesis, what you
Okay.
truly think from the bottom of Mike Rita's heart,
Yeah.
what you think happens when we die,
Okay.
and then your second answer,
Is what I
what you
want?
hope happens when we die.
What I think happens is that you just die and that's it. Dream's over. So you gotta.
what you really think.
But what I yeah. But what
That's
I
not what you really think.
yeah, man.
Bro, you're breaking my heart.
Yeah. I
You're
think-
going through life right now every day thinking that if right now you were to pass out, that's it?
Yeah.
it's over? Come on,
Like if I
Mike.
die, you get a couple seconds of like maybe something. But
That doesn't scare you?
yeah.
That's not horrifying?
Yeah, but that's why I push so hard every day to just do the best. That's why we got the little girl at home. That's why I bought my dad a car. Just in case I die tomorrow, I get all that shit off my chest.
Did you find when you had kids that you got less scared of death because a part
I-
of you is living on?
Not only am I not scared of death because I have kids, I'm not scared of death only because if you fear death, you can be manipulated by things then.
Yeah.
You can be manipulated.
It's like you're putting your energy out in the universe.
Yeah.
Like what
you're
the guy said
scared,
earlier
man.
about the piano.
You
right?
can't be
Right now where we're
scared.
recording is a really cool studio. It's fucking beautiful. And the
Man,
guy
if
has
I
some
die
really cool classic
tomorrow,
pianos.
I gotta be remembered as the guy who gave it his all, bro. This guy was producing, this guy was writing, this guy
So you're
was
grinding
performing.
for that. I hear you.
I'm grinding for the everyday, and I'm not even gonna lie though. What that also does to my mentality is it creates unhealthy habits. I don't give a fuck about certain
Sure.
relationships with people.
But then-
I don't give a shit about my eating habits sometimes.
Because you don't fear death, is what you're saying?
Yeah, because I don't give a fuck.
So after having a kid, would you say that you fear death more or less?
I want to make it to 70 so I can see some grandkids.
Of course, right?
And then when I make it to 70, I'm gonna regret. Then I'll regret it. But it's okay. 'Cause
Then
I
you'll
already-
regret what?
I'll regret that I didn't maybe leave a little healthier or exercise more. I don't fucking know, because I'm gonna go to the doctor and doctor's gonna be like, "Hey, bro, you know, because you ate Joe Louis
Yeah,
all
but
the
I don't
time
think-
at 2 in the morning. Look
I
at your
don't
heart."
think like the healthy stuff for me, like I said, like I go to the gym, I try and eat healthy. I'm a very healthy guy actually, and none of that comes from me wanting to live to be 70. These are all for instant results. If I go to the gym, it calms my anxiety.
Honestly,
These
bro,
are all things that I
You've
need
known
day
me
to day.
since day one. I've always picked up, when I was a single young man, I always picked up chicks without going to the gym.
No, I know that.
Based on who I just was
I
as
know
a
that.
dude, okay?
Yeah.
So I never felt this natural urge to improve myself.
But that's not
in
for
that-
me for picking up chicks or anything.
No,
I'm
but it's-
telling you, it's for dealing with anxiety. That's
That's
probably the
good
number
though.
one reason
Do you
why
know
I'm
how I
staying
deal with
healthy.
anxiety though? I took the cheap way out. I smoke weed,
But that doesn't help
And
me.
I just
Does
relax.
smoking weed legitimately calm your anxiety down?
bro. If I wish Danielle was here. Danielle won't even go out with me some places unless we smoke some weed.
Right.
Like if we're going to like a family function and there's my cousins and shit, she'll be
Yeah.
like, hey, have you gone high? Yeah, because you're gonna see all your cousins, you're gonna see all your family, you're gonna get rowdy, you're gonna give everybody hugs. Just go smoke a joint, relax, so you can talk to them normal. I get really hype when I don't see people I haven't
Did
seen
you
in a long
just roll
time.
that? You want to do a competition who can roll a better joint, but we'll keep talking the
You,
whole
you
time.
think you can roll a better joint than me? You
But
think
while
you-
talking, we have to roll them at the same time.
But I didn't even roll this in competitions for competition.
Oh, unless you want me to compete with this one.
You're gonna compete with this?
Okay, you want to both start from scratch, and then we'll see who does the better one.
No, because then I'm gonna take it so seriously, and you're not gonna fuck around. No. You want roll a fucking joint. Fuck you.
Okay.
Fucking roll your joint. You fucking. We'll see what happens here. You fucking. This guy wants to
I
roll
don't
a
think
joint.
we've finished a single thought this entire time.
You're not
That's
supposed
the
to. This is a
beauty- that's
stoner
the beauty of
podcast.
stoner conversations.
Yeah, what the fuck do these people want listening? If you're listening and you want us to finish a thought, go fuck yourself. Listen to part 2. We'll finish the thoughts of all of part 1.
That's so funny. That's our podcast of guys who quit smoking weed called Finished Thoughts.
Finished
Imagine
thoughts.
that.
Wow.
And it's an anti-cannabis podcast.
So let me tell you about finished thoughts. I opened a business. I didn't just think about it.
When
all
we were
right?
young,
I
we were
executed.
stupid. We smoked a lot of pot. We did a lot of dumb things. That could have ruined my life. Marijuana could have single-handedly destroyed who I was.
One of
I didn't
my-
even believe in life after death. But
Dude.
now I do. I'm Mike Rita. This is Finished Thoughts.
This is finished thought. No, one of my favorite things I ever heard was if you go watch old Oprah episodes, there's those Nazis that she brought on. Remember those guys?
I remember
And
that.
then they come back like 20 years or 15 years later, and they're like family men, and they're nice dudes, and they're like, I've actually had the Nazi tattoos removed. I'm really sorry, man. I have black friends now, and
Yeah.
it's so fucking. And Oprah's like, you see that? Yes. Yeah.
My friend did a cover up on somebody. He's a tattoo artist, and he did a cover up on someone's swastika tattoo
Good
of the most ironic cover up of all time, a Black Panther. Isn't that
Nice.
fucking beautiful?
Good.
That is the most beautiful art thing.
See, that's what art's all about, though, is covering the pain with something beautiful.
Isn't it? That's what I was saying. That's why that period of time, although crazy or whatever, was so essential to us as comedians, because that era when we were doing cocaine in my basement listening to Richard Pryor on vinyl is what took me that's when we became comedians.
It's,
Do you know what I mean?
and
Like
it
we were
sounds
funny
stupid.
before.
Doesn't that sound stupid?
Yeah,
But it's the
but we
truth.
were funny before, and we were doing we were able to do a good show for audience. We were able to be put on a good show. But that era allowed us to open up our heart and share it with an audience.
I don't even care anymore because I'm past it. But we did so much drugs constantly, night after night. We'd
Yeah.
go do shows. We'd go back to the house. We'd do some shrooms. We'd smoke some weed. Maybe we'd do a couple little bumps. Maybe
Yeah.
we'd do some MDMA.
Yeah.
And then we would order some pizza. And the guy would show up and we'd be so happy like a bunch of fucks.
Yeah.
Ah, and the guy would walk in.
We just pace around listening to rumors.
I actually watched Fleetwood Mac live a few weeks ago.
Fleetwood Mac is just.
You know, Stevie Nicks
Incredible.
killed it. She pointed at us.
You know Stevie Nicks
In the
cocaine story?
300s.
Remember what you
I
might
don't
have been the
remember
one.
nothing. I want you guys.
Remember Stevie Nicks with the straw?
Oh my God.
Stevie
no.
Nicks did so much blow that she fucked up her nose that she couldn't blow up her nose anymore. So when she was on tour, she hired somebody to blow this cocaine up her ass.
Oh,
That's how
man.
the story goes.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
I'd be okay with that job. I 100%
Stevie Nicks'
would.
ass in the peak of Stevie Nicks. Am I right?
I was born in the wrong era, dude. I should have been that guy.
I should have been the guy blowing in Stevie Nicks' ass,
I
man.
would
What's that guy
glad-
doing now? He's actually still on tour with Taylor Swift. Everybody needs a little blow in their ass. That's actually Taylor Swift's new song. Everybody needs a little blow and they ass.
Yeah. The best we could do is Willie Nelson. You needed a job.
Oh,
no.
You actually have to blow it into his colostomy bag.
Oh
Oh, my God. And it mixes with the shit.
Can we swear? Okay, so wait.
Willie Nelson's
So
shit bag.
What were we talking about? There's not a chance we'll remember.
What were we talking about? Who cares?
Richard
New
Pryor.
topic. Look,
Oh,
new
yeah.
topic, man. Okay, new topic, man.
Pressure's on.
Okay.
Wait, what do you hope? You didn't finish that question before.
Oh man.
What do you hope
So yeah, I
happens?
think we just die.
Okay,
Probably.
I don't
right?
believe you, but
I think we just die.
I don't believe you. 100%.
But what? This is what I hope.
I don't believe you
You
that that's what
believe
you
my
really
hope.
think.
You're gonna believe in my hope.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wake up every morning and I look in the mirror saying that today I will believe in Mike
yeah,
Rita's
so
hope.
did the guy from Sugar Ray or whatever. So who cares?
Every morning I can believe in Rita's hope.
Yeah, every morning he was doing shit too. McGrath. So listen, what I hope though happens when you die, and this is for real, is that when you get to heaven, you find out where all your lighters went. You know what I'm saying?
Reeds,
Yeah.
I am gonna knock you out if you don't take my deep philosophy. I thought we were getting deep, creating something good, and now you're gonna do
I'm the comedic,
2008
I'm the
Reeds
comedic
bits.
voice. I'm the comedic voice. That is one of my old bits.
I'm like this son of a bitch.
This guy's doing old teenage bits of his. All right, listen. So when you die, what I really, really hope is that you actually get to just kind of, you get to learn the meaning of existence, like in the universal energies, you know? Like, what is the universe?
Lazy river of a human being. When I die, I hope that we all intertwine with the souls we are and the souls we once were. Fuck you with your cop-out answers.
I don't know, because I never.
I hope we find out
'cause
who really was
I'm
behind
not even
9/11
gonna, I'm
because
not
it
even
certainly
gonna
wasn't.
lie. Listen, the reason I don't actually have a real hope answer, I'm just giving you lazy stoner Reed's answer,
It's because you're scared.
is because I've kind of accepted that probably nothing's gonna happen.
It's
So I
not.
don't even give it thought anymore because I gotta focus on other shit.
That can't be possible, man.
I swear to God.
You
It's
know
only
when
because you
sometimes-
think of
you
death
know
in
when
such a different way
sometimes-
than me.
Yeah, but you know when sometimes, like,
I wish Danielle was here to confirm this because she's like you. She's like, what the fuck are you talking
it's
about?
so scary.
Danielle's terrified. If
Bro,
my
my
wife was
earliest
here, she'd
memories
be,
are being
dude.
like 4 years old and sitting in my bed and thinking about how deep space goes and thinking about does it end, and it makes my
No.
stomach hurt to think about
I think
infinity.
space is like a multiverse thing. I think like our universe isn't even the only universe. It's like one of like
Right.
trillions of universes, and there's other pizzas and Ritas doing podcasts, Zeetzes right now.
So what? There's parallels to who we are.
Probably. Who cares? Right? It's infinite. I
Who
don't,
cares? I care. If that's true,
I can
then
only
we can
care-
access those parallel universes. Then you can
Motherfucker, I can
access
only-
things like Click, the Adam
not-
Sandler movie. Never seen it?
No, I stopped watching Adam Sandler after Happy Gilmore. Listen.
You never seen Click before?
No, I seen Mr. Deeds.
Click's a
No,
good film.
Listen, man. Listen. You watched that new Adam Sandler
You're trying
film?
to talk about the Oscars. You want to talk? Now
wanna
we're getting
talk-
into motion pictures.
You wanna talk
You want to talk
Uncut
motion
Gems?
pictures?
Did you
Let's
watch
talk
Did-
Click. Oh, Uncut Gems. That's good too. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I thought we were talking Click. Yeah, I watched it. It's fantastic.
So you watched Uncut. It was fantastic.
It's incredible. Can
Oh
I tell
my
you
God,
what my
I thought it
favorite
was
thing
so
about Uncut
garbage.
Gems is?
Oh my
You
God.
thought it was garbage.
I thought it was so lazy. I thought Kevin
You
Garnett was
pretend-
garbage. I thought
Reach,
Adam
I'm gonna
Sandler
lose
was
it.
reaching. I thought the story could have like what am I watching?
No,
So
you
what? He
did
wants to
not.
buy a rock.
Kevin Garnett was garbage. First of all,
yeah.
Kevin
So
Garnett.
was The Weeknd.
First of all, yeah, maybe The Weeknd. Kevin Garnett is an athlete. If Kevin Garnett was garbage in this film, he would get a pass. Nobody's ever expected in the history of time for an athlete
Yeah,
to
he
be a
gets a
good
pass.
actor.
No, he gets a pass. He gets a
And Kevin
pass.
Garnett was not bad in that movie. He was
No.
fantastic.
He's better than O.J.
He was
Simpson in like
fantastic.
Naked Gun. So there's
Is he
that.
in Naked Gun, O.J. Simpson?
Yeah, O.J. Simpson's Frank Dredd.
You know I lived in San Antonio during the O.J. trial?
What? Wait, what? Bro,
Do you know how crazy that was?
Are you the white glove?
The glove was black, Reeds. If you knew anything about the OJ trial, brush up in your 90s American history,
I can
please.
picture the dude holding the glove right now, but it's because you're white and.
You want to make this a race thing? Is that what you're trying to do?
Listen, in the movie Uncut Gems, O.J. Simpson, who's played by Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett's amazing in Uncut Gems.
But who cares about this rock? Why do we care? Why do I care?
What movie did you see? If you don't think that was a good movie, what movie did you see that you thought was good?
I watched Parasite. I watched 1917.
Is Parasite really good?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, I haven't seen it. I'll watch it
because
tonight.
then you watch it and then you're like, Uncut Gems doesn't have a chance against these fucking theatrical masterpieces.
I'll watch it tonight.
I won't say shit about Parasite, and even just the peep about Parasite ruins it. Listen,
okay.
1917 is just a war movie. The thing about 1917 isn't the movie. It's not the story, bro. Fuck the story. I hate
Let's
story.
not talk about movies, though. We're trying to do timeless shit here.
You want to do timeless
shit?
shit?
Let's talk about timeless shit. Cocaine. You know what I mean? If Richard
Remember
Pryor
that time we did it out of Chris Robinson's ass because our nose wasn't working, so he farted it into our sinuses.
Do you know what the greatest thing, though, about Richard Pryor was? It is that he turned... That's what made me realize what comedy was seeing him turn pain into funny shit.
No, man. I tell that joke about my dad hitting me, and every time I do it, I think about Richard Pryor.
I have so many jokes that Bro, it's life-changing.
What the fuck has comedy been for you the last few years?
I don't know, man.
Because you've been part of a movement in Toronto, if I may mention that. Paul Thompson has been part of something, the Corner Comedy Club movement, which is the most raw and uncut comedy club in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's up there with any other comedy club in the nation when it comes to raw new talent in a city. You've been part of that movement. What's comedy been for you? Have you seen a change?
Absolutely. Especially in the past 4 years, I've seen a change. But
exactly.
it's like,
you know what I'm talking about?
Because you know what? Right now, comedy has to be for me, which is probably why I'm doing things like painting and a lot more and stuff. And I'm painting in a sense to get better at comedy because what is very important for me, I'm a straight white guy, right?
Holding it down.
Our time right now, it's not the time for us.
What?
The iron is not hot for a straight
Iron's
white
hot
guy.
for the white guy all the time. Am I right, brother? Straight
but you have the Portuguese thing going, right?
I'm hip.
So for me, it's like a lot of people are getting opportunities, deserved a lot of the time, and sometimes, in my opinion,
white guy's
not
being
deserved.
left behind, eh?
Not that, but it's like I'm not. There's a lot of things that are booking things in categories right now, right? So for me as a straight white guy, I'm not. I need to find out who I am. You know what I mean? So right now it's like a thing about focusing more on. No one gives a fuck about just a funny white guy.
Wait, let's hold this. This is going to be part of our podcast. Welcome to the Hot Rip with Mike and Paul. Paul's got a hot take right now, Paul. And the hot take is that white guys aren't getting their fair share anymore because...
I know, I didn't say...
I'm saying, I'm not...
This is why we're not supposed to talk about this.
This is the mainstream media, and I'm framing it how I want to frame it.
Yeah. Don't get all like...
Paul Thompson says women aren't funny.
Not when I'm high.
Paul just said women aren't funny live on television.
Is that what you think?
Of course, I'm married.
I didn't say it out loud.
Of course, women aren't funny. I'm married and I have a daughter. Women are the most annoying things I've ever met in my life. But,
Reet, that is the most dad joke I've ever heard you make in
I'm
our
a
entire
fucking
friendship.
Dad. I'm a fucking dad. What do you want me to do? Cut myself in the eye with a filter? Listen.
That's struggling to get back to edgy Reeds. I used to be the edgy guy, Reeds.
I used to be edgy.
You should have never cut your eye with the filter.
What, you think I won't eat the bong?
Oh, you think I won't eat the bong? Who's a dad now? Reeds, please. There's glass everywhere.
I used to have an earring. No, for real.
Did,
listen. Yeah, I still do. I lost it. But
I took my earrings out too. The last time we ever did cocaine, we took our earrings out and we decided to become fathers.
Well, you have a kid too, though.
Carter?
You're the real father. That's what we brought you on here to expose you that you're the real father of Chris Robinson's baby, even though it looks just like Chris. All right, chill. We're getting real chill right now. I'm going to take off my shoes.
You were supposed to do this on the start, eh?
Start? We just got started. Welcome to the Mike Rita podcast. My host to this week. My host.
You know how they do that on podcasts? They leave a little, we'll chat for a little bit to make it seem casual, and then we go, okay. And we're, imagine
our podcast takes 40 minutes.
That's really what we did. You know what I mean? I told you about seeing a guy die. That was just a warm up. Here we go.
Hey, thank you to Slip On Slippers, the slipper company out of Cincinnati, for our slippers today.
Why waste time with sponsors when it's not even a real sponsor?
The Slip On Slippers Cincinnati company is real.
Cincinnati. And we want to thank our people with the diet milkshakes from Cincinnati as well.
Those are from Brooklyn.
We want to thank Rita's personal brand of condoms that he likes to wear, Cincinnati condoms.
Actually,
Cincinnati condoms for the slim dick in you.
Make sure for the slim dick in you. Why did you point at me after slim dick?
Because I said it was your personal brand of condoms.
Wow.
We started the podcast, and it's now the roasting hour. Welcome back to the roasting hour. I'm having a roast.
You got to come roast me.
This is Bully Reeds, and I'm Bully Pete's.
Oh, fuck, I ashed on my shirt. What's the worst thing you ever ashed on?
Oh, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna ask
Can
you
I tell you a story?
No, don't. I'm going to ask you a bunch of quick questions right now that are weed related.
No. Let me tell you this ashing story.
What the... All right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mike Rita podcast. This is the ash story.
This is the worst thing I ever ashed on, okay? So I was at a party when I was in probably grade 11. Okay? And just doing my classic thing, freestyle battling, cool guy. Everyone knows I'm good at hockey.
Are you going to give us a taste on the podcast of your freestyle? Are you going to freestyle about this shit?
No, I'm retired. And then, so anyways, we're in the garage, and we're all smoking weed in the garage. And there's this attachment that can go onto the bong. I'll use this as an example. That you've probably seen one. You put it on, and it leaves 2 hoses. So then someone can light it, and we can both hit the bong.
Fuck yeah.
And then there's an opening right here. Do you know what attachment I'm talking about? So me and my buddy are ripping this bong 2 ways, okay? And we packed a bowl too big. And watching us hit it is this girl in one-piece dress, all white. So we start hitting the bong, and I take too much of a hit of weed, and I start coughing, but I'm a fucking rookie, and I cough into the bong. When I cough into the bong, it causes all of this dirty bong water and all the ashes to shoot out and, of course, go all over this girl's white dress. So she's now covered in ashes. I'm stoned out of my mind. I'm in grade 11. I'm like, sorry, whatever. You know, my bad. We try and clean it up, but it doesn't matter. She's still stained, right? Then, later on that night, me and my buddies at this age, we used to like to go to like pools in our neighborhood and go pool hopping.
What are you, a fucking skater in California?
100%. Yeah, I literally was skateboarding at the time, doing graffiti, and
you did grow up in New Orleans.
So me and my buddies go pool hopping, and there's like 6 or 7 of us, and we'd put our get down to our boxers, put our clothes and stuff like near a tree nearby, climb into the person's yard, jump into their pool until they turned on the lights, and then we'd be like, I gotta get out of the pool, and then we'd be running in our boxers. What a rush. I know, we're idiots. So we do that one time. And all of my buddies are like, there's a guy coming, go, and there's a guy coming to get us out of the pool, and all my buddies go jump, and they all jump over the fence perfectly, and as I jump over the fence, my boxers get caught. And I'm like, oh, no. And the guy's coming closer. My buddies are running away. And I'm like, help. And I don't know what to do. So I have to make a game time decision.
No.
Rip my boxers off. Fat dick. Everyone can know. So I rip my boxers off. Now I'm butt naked. I start running. I'm telling you, bro, as I'm running, we're in like this park. I'm butt naked. I run into the girl.
No.
There's a girl holding hands with her boyfriends. I'm butt naked, and this girl's standing there in a white dress covered in ashes. I literally stop. I look at her. I go, sorry. I just keep running away naked until I found my friends and had to, borrow some boxers.
I never had a fun life like that.
Buddy, I still have a fun life like that. And we still can. We're doing it tonight. Reeds. No, all the pools are frozen.
I never had fun as a kid. I grew up very sheltered.
Can you imagine if we got famous and we were like 2 of the biggest comedians in the world, and then we did that and we got booked? Would people respect it? If all of a sudden 2 of the most famous comedians, we just get caught for... That just wouldn't look good. Yeah, we ran into someone's pool and we were swimming in their pool. Famous comedians, Mike Rita and Paul Thompson.
Why the fuck am I swimming in someone else's pool? I'm famous, bro. Come swim in my fucking pool. Come smoke some weed. Bro, let's go do some mushrooms. Right, but if people were like, why were you in the pool? And we were like, because it was a rush to be in someone else's pool. A rush. You know what's a rush? A 3-piece band from Canada, bro.
Neil Peart, rest in peace.
Neil Peart. Drum it up.
Were you sad when Neil Peart died?
I don't give a fuck when nobody dies, bro.
Man, you're a really badass dude, eh? Has anyone ever told you that?
Nah, I got my 2... rising just enough so everyone
I don't care when celebrities die. They're not going to go anywhere anyway. Reeds.
Hey, that's my slogan. When you die, you go nowhere, so fuck you.
Yeah. You're just going to make stickers. When we die, nothing happens. Slap that on your board, Tim.
I'm not even a badass. You know what I am?
You're a dad ass.
I'm the good grass. Making? Listen, when I make jokes, I don't make them. Because I'm high, I bake them. Thank you.
What if I had said I wanted to hit the bong?
Yeah, you want to hit the bong?
No, I don't want.
We have water.
Oh, we do. I was gonna
Oh,
say.
you trying to call her bluff? And that's the
I
bluff
was-
of the week
no,
here on
no,
Mike,
no,
Rita,
no,
and
no,
Paul's
no,
show.
no.
Listen, bro, you're a fucking idiot. You fucked up.
I'm not hitting the bong though.
Paul, you fucked up, bro. You're hitting the bong. You tried to call me
No,
out.
I'm just joints.
Shut
You
up,
said
you.
I pick one.
Shut up, idiot.
But I do want to see you hit
This guy's
the
an
bong.
idiot, everybody. This guy's from Ottawa. Tell me your favorite memory from Ottawa. You don't have one because Ottawa's shit. It's a roast.
Whoa,
It's a roast because you won't do a bong here. You ever been to Newfoundland?
No, I haven't. But I'm.
But
gonna
you've
go.
been to Ottawa? It's a fucking roast. It's a fucking roast.
I'm gonna go this year to see the whales though.
See what whales?
Have you seen whales?
Your
when you were in Newfoundland?
ex-girlfriend's swimming
Okay, Reeds, leave my ex-wife out of this. She wasn't a whale. She was a pig. The
She
farm
wasn't a
sold
wife
out by
either.
Listen.
Listen, bro. Listen to me, man. The people want to know the truth.
There's no way this is gonna be a real question. But I'm putting the pressure on for you now to ask a somewhat real question.
How healthy do you still drink pomegranate juice?
I absolutely still drink pomegranate juice.
All right, and that's the end of our interview today, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Paul won't even do a bong hit. Why? Because you grew up in Ottawa, and like everybody knows, not.
I didn't grow up in Ottawa.
Yeah, you're right. You grew up in Orleans,
I
a
lived
suburb
there
of Ottawa.
for a bit.
You're
But
like,
I traveled all over.
but you
I'm
know
a
who?
traveling man.
You know who you are. You're Papa Doc.
No.
This guy's Papa
Fuck
Doc.
a Papa Doc. Fuck
Wow,
a truck. Fuck a trailer.
wow.
Fuck everybody.
To everybody.
And fuck you if you tried to doubt me.
Wow.
Here, you know what? Tell these people something they don't know about me. You gonna try and 8 Mile me, bro?
I'll tell
That
them
changed
something.
my life.
Paul Thompson was a Juno-nominated actor somehow. I know it's a music award, but he was a Juno-nominated actor in grade, what, 8 for your sex ed stuff?
Oh, for that show I did?
So Paul had
No, I
such
was
a
in
big
grade
dick as a
10.
kid that they put him in a sex ed thing where the girls they were like running away from your big dick or some shit in that ad, no?
No, that's not true. But I did have a TV show.
He did as a kid. He's lying. He's a modest fuck, but...
I
Hey,
did actually, yeah.
did we lose some weed here?
That I wrote and directed and I starred in. And you're one of the only people that saw the footage from that.
I've seen the footage and I'll never forget it. This guy has such a big dick that the girls in the thing have to run away from it. And it was like on City TV. They're like, don't let your daughters go around big dick Ottawa kids.
I have no idea what you're talking about now.
Yeah, you do, bro. Just break character.
But
you
it
know.
sounds like now like I'm trying to defend that. I should just let you go off. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's not that big. Okay?
I'm
Fuck
trying
off.
to set you up.
Enough with the roast.
Dude.
It's not that big. 10 inches is average. That's what my mom said. That was after the surgery, and I had 4 removed.
The only reason your mother knows about 10-inch cock.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
Listen, what was your sex ed show as a kid? Tell the people.
I was on a show called Hormones. That I don't like talking about.
He doesn't like talking about it, so tell us a little bit more.
But Dalton McGinty actually called me the arts representative of Ontario when I was 18 years old. I was the youth arts. I have. He signed it. He signed the paper. How do you think I got into Humber? This is real shit, bro.
Yo, so tell us more. I can't help it. I'm stoned and I'm having a good time. Listen, so tell me more.
Okay, you want to know one of the things about that show?
Yes, man. You were on a kid's sex ed
Okay,
show.
this
It's
is one of
fucking
the most
hilarious.
embarrassing things. So yeah.
No, tell us. I
So
know
I'll
that you
tell
got.
you the one of the most embarrassing.
He obviously
things
got
for me.
cast because of his long. Okay,
No, so I like wrote it and stuff. You've seen there's interviews of me on CTV, and I acted. I was the main character in every episode. Our first episode was about how to put on a condom.
Yeah.
The second episode was about oral sex, and why you should still wear a condom when you have oral sex.
This guy wrote and starred in his old, pretty much child
Our third
porn.
episode
Just
was
child
about
porn.
like not smoking weed.
Was it really?
I swear to God, bro, I can show you.
Oh my god.
My dad plays my dad in it.
We got to get clips of this shit.
I got like they would fly us to like Toronto and they'd fly us to different places to do talks about why weed was bad, and me and my buddy would get high before them. Whatever.
Come on, bro. Take the first ever hit out of the fucking Mike Rita sesh bong.
Nope, that's way too big. It'll
That
destroy
little
me.
bong hit?
Not
It'll
a chance.
destroy you?
Yeah, it'll ruin me. Ruin me.
Do it.
So, so then our show was getting pretty good, and then our 4th episode was called "I'm Not Gay," and we needed one of the characters to be gay, and they said that they wanted my character to be somebody who like was thinking that he was gay, and
Typecasting.
my town at the time that I lived in was like very big, like hockey town, so. You know, they're very homophobic and stuff. And I was like, nah, man. I was in high school. I was like, I'm not playing that character. I'll just get bullied. And then I remember my dad being like, you know, so many people have won Oscars for playing, and, you know, told me all the actors that got Oscars for playing gay characters. And then I watched the movie.
And none of them were actually gay, which is hilarious.
Yeah, and then I watched the movie Philadelphia with Tom Hanks, and I was like, I'll do it. And
I'm
then
going to be Tom Hanks.
Yeah, young me in grade 11 just took myself so serious as an actor, and I was like, I'll accept the role. And then we made it, and yeah, it was really bad, and I ended up just getting bullied a lot. So I should have gone with my gut and maybe not taken the role, but it's really
You got bullied a lot for playing a gay guy in a TV
not
show.
really. I was unbullyable because I was such a cool guy, similar to how I am
You were
now.
unbullyable. I've seen your popped collars, bro. This guy was part of the popped collar posse in like 2004.
Yeah, I popped my collar a lot.
Yeah,
I
you
used
did.
to when I was young.
That. Like 2002, 2003, you, Nathan McIntosh.
Yeah, he did too.
Your father.
Are you gonna rip the bong? Do you still hit the bong a lot? You do.
I
right?
only rip the bong at home. I'm a pothead father, so I have to hit it in the hallway, just far away enough from the living room so I can see her and watch her.
Right.
Make sure she's okay. Sometimes I just do it in the kitchen. 'Cause she's 2.5 now, so I don't really have to. You know, honestly,
And
my
she's
daughter,
like walking a whole bunch now.
She doesn't give a fuck. She could talk. If she was here, she'd be like, Dada, the light and the camera, and Dada is the
Right.
talking and the microphone, Dada, and she would touch it and shit.
Yeah,
She's
we
so
know
smart.
what kids sound like. You don't have
No,
to do
but
the
she's-
cringy baby impression.
No, I'll do even a better one. This is
Oh,
even more
please,
perfect.
here, this will
When
be
she's like,
fantastic.
is Dada? Is I have
Oh
the
man,
chicken?"
this is hurting me so much. Like
gonna
you
hurt
have
even-
to be a father to like think that's endearing or cute, whatever you're doing. Telling stories about cocaine, and now you're just like, Dada, the light bright.
Wait, here's a good one. Dada.
Is she British?
Actually, she watches Peppa Pig.
I know, my nephew too. So he's like,
Oh, so you know about kids, but I can't talk about mine. Our next guest is not Paul Thompson. It's gonna be somebody with a heart.
wow. At least I think we go somewhere when we die, Reet.
Where do you think we go?
Do you want to know what I really think?
Tell me what you think happens, and tell me what you hope happens. God, you were just dying for me to ask you this stupid. All right, here. I'm just gonna sit back. Give us your fucking.
What I think
Give
happens.
us your shitty, long-winded. Mike, I think our.
Mike, I'm really
soldiers-
glad that you asked. I'm really glad that you asked. I used to be just like you, man.
Okay. All right. So wait, for real though. Let me. I
The
got
other day I
bull-
met a kid named Matthew,
got
and
a
he
bull-
really changed my
I
life.
got a bull pack.
Okay.
Okay, go.
What I think happens, I don't know. I do too many psychedelics, and my mind just is so creative that answer changes day to day. What I hope happens, I'm glad that you asked. Where are those birds coming from?
That's my phone.
Can you hear that?
Oh.
What is that from?
That's my alarm.
Oh, that's your alarm. That's so
that
weird.
That might even be my ringtone.
Is that on the iPhone?
No, I have a Huawei.
The Huawei.
This is gonna be on our podcast, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know.
My
What do you
phone
mean,
is-
me,
my-
fucking idiot? You're the one that didn't turn your phone off.
Why the fuck would I turn my phone off? Nobody calls me during the day. It's a Sunday. They know.
Is
I'm
this
getting
thing gonna
high.
keep going on now?
Whatever. What?
Yeah, it is. Isn't the whole intention of the alarm like it keeps going until you turn it off? It's not
Well-
somebody calling you.
Well, just continue your story. So, what do you think happens when we die?
Bro,
Tell the
I
story.
can't just continue a story about what do you think happens when you die when you have birds chirping in the background. You got to figure that out. Okay. Turn the birds off. It's chirping me out. Oh, man. It's tripping me out. I'll just smoke this. Do you want me to keep talking, Reeds, or is this a small break for you?
You go ahead, man. This is my alarm.
No kidding.
Before shows all the
Okay, sit down.
I have like daily alarm.
It's really weird starting this podcast and you were here and now me being alone right now. I feel extremely lonely. I can't do this. I can't do this without you. I feel like, yeah. I feel like we were at a cool resort and we were both in the hot tub and everybody was looking at us and like, those guys in the hot tub are sick. And then you got out to get water and now I'm just a guy that's just alone in a hot tub. And you're like, keep being cool.
Keep being cool, dude. You're hip. You want some snacks? You want some treats?
You know what?
Some treats
I
with
will,
Reeds?
sure.
I love
Welcome
it.
back to Treats with Reeds. Today we're talking Sour Patch Kids.
I'll just give you a munch.
What's your favorite thing about Dairy Queen?
Dairy. My favorite thing.
The
about-
burgers?
What's my favorite thing about dairy?
Why you can't pick it for me? That's not candy etiquette. Do you want some treats and then you just give me the worst ones? No, I don't want any of the ones that you chose. Candy etiquette is you either go put your hand out and you pour it in, and it's
etiquette.
that's not candy etiquette.
Give me those fucking candies.
What are these, too? These are weird Sour Patches, but really good.
Mm-hmm.
What I think happens when we die,
Mm-hmm.
what I hope happens. I hope that we go to heaven. And heaven is whatever you want heaven to be. And you can watch videos of memories from your past. You can talk to God and be like, what's a day that I completely forget and you know that I would want to relive? And he goes, this. What are some of my top 10 coolest moments? Show me 5 times when I almost died, but I didn't know. I've always wished that I could see like footage of that. And like there's footage that I have no idea I was listening to music and a car almost just hit me. I'd love. So you can get anything you want in heaven. You can talk to God. This is what I hope happens, okay? Now, how long does it last? I'll tell you. And you can see old family members that passed away and you can meet Tupac. This is what I hope heaven is. Then when you know, you don't have to go up to God and be like, God, I'm ready to be reincarnated. Because I don't want anything forever. That terrifies me. I would love to forget everything and be reincarnated, but it's also scary to give up on this life because I love this life. I love everything about it, you know? So when I'm ready to completely forget this life and restart, I don't even have to say anything. Something just knows it in my heart, and before I know it, poof, and all those memories are gone, and now I'm a tiger, and it's a new life. And we just continue to do that until the end of time.
Are you a baby tiger or are you a full-grown tiger?
Yeah, you start as a baby tiger. Why would you start as a full-grown tiger?
Do you know you're
So who was the tiger before? That doesn't make any spiritual logic sense.
But are you aware that you were a human?
No, you're not a human anymore. You're a tiger.
Or are you aware that you were once a human?
No, you forget it all. But there's little things. So there's little things that you would kind of intuitively, if I use that correctly, remember.
Like you would know humans are humans?
Kind of like might have been a thing. I believe maybe we did have past lives.
Yeah, I'm cool with past lives.
Which then makes me think about art in a deep way. Now check this out, okay? So despite what we do just to like make people laugh and stuff, you also got to put things into your art that are there just for you. And the reason why they're there just for you is if my hypothesis is correct and we do live separate lives. And we do live separate lives. When you die and you come back, let's say in your next life, you come back as a girl, right? That girl might be listening one day to a Rita CD, and you need to put little fucking stories for you in the future in that right now. Do you ever think about that? Like sometimes I put shit into my art because I'm like, a future me in a different life is going to look back on this art, and I need to put like these secrets in it for me.
I'm not going to put the secrets in it for me. Do you know what I am going to do? I'm going to leave secrets behind, and if my daughter finds them, I'll tell her that if there's an afterlife, I'll let you know through these little buzzing ways. I'll contact you somehow. That way she knows. Because it's not going to matter. My wife's going to probably die or in and around my time.
When are you going to get that started? You got to get that started now.
When I'm like older, you know? Like I'll leave little like traces of things. And one day she'll just find it and be like, what the fuck?
But it has to be simple because you don't know how much control you're going to have in this afterlife. So maybe just like teacup.
It has to be tiny.
And then if you can like access a teacup, one day you just keep breaking the teacups.
It has to be something buzzing.
And then she'll be like, I knew that was him.
It has to be something cool. Like if she's just watching TV and it switches over to a Simpsons episode and she doesn't touch anything, it's me just fuck around. That's all I do, right? Me and my daughter's bond. Since she was a little girl, to put her to sleep at night, we watch Simpsons.
I love The Simpsons. The Simpsons has a very nostalgic feeling for me, and it reminds me of like home because I've moved around and I've lived in so many different houses and so many different cities my entire life. And the one thing that's been always there is The Simpsons. You know my favorite Christmas thing ever? Like your favorite Christmas movie. People always ask your favorite Christmas movie or your favorite Christmas TV show. The one thing every Christmas that I have to watch that gives me the most warm Christmas feelings that I love is the episode of The Simpsons when Bart steals the video game.
Marge Not Be Proud. Season 3 or 4. And it would be an early episode because of when the season starts. It'd also be episode like 3 or 4.
How do you know the title? You know the title.
Marge
that is the title.
Not
I watch
Be
it every
Proud,
year.
bro.
Marge Not Be Proud. It's
Bro,
season
how do I know the
3.
title? If I was into tattoos, I'd have like a Homer tattoo and a Bart tattoo. But you don't know, man. I watch nothing but The Simpsons.
Yeah,
I've actually lost my mind. I don't even watch TV anymore. I'm the reason.
What's your favorite? Like, what's one of your favorite Simpsons jokes?
Jokes?
Yeah.
There's a joke in Maggie Makes 3 where Homer Simpson, where Selma and her sister, I can't remember their name right now because I'm high. they find out that Marge is pregnant, but they're not allowed to tell anybody. So what the joke is next is that it's them standing over a phone book, and it starts with them looking at A. Aronson, and it looks like it's them calling the first one, and then it cuts to them. All right, Zapowski, I thought you would like to know that Marge Simpson, and it looks like they've called the whole thing, but it's not. And then they go, there they are, Zapowski and Anderson, the two biggest loudmouths in all of Springfield. There's no way Homer, but it's just such a. And then the following joke is Homer speaking to Marge, and it's him going, Marge. When that baby comes out, the first thing he's going to see is a man with a great job, referring to himself because he's unemployed. Right. And then Selma and her sister are listening outside, and they go, yeah, the doctor. And just, man, Maggie Makes 3 is my favorite Simpsons episode now.
My favorite is the best. Itchy and Scratchy Land.
Ooh, great episode.
Where they go, welcome to Itchy and Scratchy Land, where nothing could possibly go wrong.
Ooh,
possibly go wrong.
That's the first thing to go wrong.
First thing that ever go wrong.
Okay. Listen.
Do you know what Garrett Jameson said to me 2 days ago? And wasn't trying to be funny?
What?
He came up to me in the middle of a show, and he's like, man, I was watching Family Guy. That show's so funny. I'm like, I was like, what? And he's like, no, I was just like, and he just explained to me a joke from Family Guy. I was like, Garrett, what the fuck are you talking? Are you like the annoying kid in grade 3? What?
Garrett Jameson is my favorite.
Like
yeah, he's really funny, man.
Garrett is hilarious.
Listen, you're not gonna do a bong yet for the people?
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep smoking this joint.
Get that joint going. Okay, we gotta do. Okay,
let's each ask each other legitimately a good question, or let's think of a good story. But let's not end this thing bad.
There's no way
we gotta end this on a bang.
You want
we have 10 minutes left. I hate to put the pressure on, but this is our closer.
Our closer?
And this is the pilot episode. If we don't close strong, there's no hope.
Okay.
What's it going to be?
It's just going to be the cold close.
This has been another cold close. Brought to you by Labatt Blue. If it's not cold, close it and get a new wife. A little bit of dad jokes there for you.
All right. So we'll tell them the story about the time I parked in some guy's house.
Okay,
no, we can't. We can't tell that.
Yeah, we can't.
We have so many fucked up stories, but we shouldn't tell the stories. Let's just talk about something that everybody can relate to. What's a stoner thing that you think everyone can relate to that we should talk about? Should we talk about how we learned how to be good comedians in weed lounges and what that was like?
We can. I did a weed lounge last night.
What was it like? Which one did you do? Name it.
I did Brampton. The weed lounge.
Oh my God, what was that like?
It's fantastic, man. It honestly
Blaze It Up
so
place. What's that place
fantastic.
called? I can't remember.
Yes, you can still blaze, and there's just like 8 couches, and just people watching you. And again, they don't laugh the same way, but you can get them to laugh the same way. You know, I remember me and you doing shows back in the day when we were doing so many.
We didn't finish our thing.
What was our thing?
You only told me what you hoped happens. No, what you think happens.
That's what I hope happens.
What is it?
Yeah.
You actually hope that you want Tupac and shit? Yeah. Oh, no, was it the animal one?
Yeah, you're in heaven for as long as you want,
and then you become an animal.
Yeah, and then you come back.
You want to just go to heaven and chill out, and then that's it. You just want closure. You're such a
closure.
Bitch.
Sure, closure, and
man,
and
life
to hold
doesn't
on to
give
it.
you closure, bro.
Yeah, I know, but like
life is so legit. Don't you see like fucking rats get their head ripped off by like peregrine falcons and
that's
shit?
it. It's over for them.
It's over for them.
Yeah, but if you did something, do you not think that rat maybe did something bad in a
who's
past
somebody
life?
who do you think? Who's somebody who died recently? That little girl, Kobe Bryant's daughter. She's not. What the fuck? That little girl's so innocent.
Because in the relation of the whole circle of what life is, you know, it'll make sense in her next life.
No, man. She already had a sick life, man.
I understand.
You don't get the sickest life where you don't legit. See, that's the
There's
thing.
something about the balance, and the things are all about balance, and there's a way that a yin and yang works. And unfortunately, for a yin yang to work, for there to be good in that yin yang, there needs to be equal amounts bad.
Okay, bro. No, that's not fair.
So be thankful for all the good that you're surrounded by, because it might not be this good in your next life.
What next life? There is no next life, bro.
But I'm saying this is what I hope, Reeds. Nobody knows.
I know.
Can I ask you a question?
You ask me is whatever you want. We're homies.
Would you rather fuck your mom or suck your dad's dick?
suck my dad's dick.
Really?
Yeah, without a question. I couldn't violate my mother like that, but I could close my eyes and suck my father's dick and just never talk to him about it again and be like, I saved both of you. Get the fuck on with your lives.
Yeah.
Get the fuck on with your lives.
What do you mean, say both of us? Reeds, this is just a question Paul asked. No, but you said gun to my head, right? Nobody saw a gun.
No, I'm just
We were asking you hypothetically. Your dad's just putting on his belt. Get the fuck out of my face. You don't even suck a good dick.
You're not my son.
You're not my son.
'Cause you
My
don't
son
suck
would have
like
had
your
me busting
mother.
way earlier.
What would you? No, I don't want to know. What would you rather do? You have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, 2 sisters.
You have 2 sisters?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, you're fucked. Would you rather face fuck your sister or eat your other sister's ass?
Buddy.
Face fuck your sister or eat your other sister's ass, and there's no guarantee she washed it.
Oh yeah,
It's
I'd probably
spur
do
of the moment.
I'd probably do the first one.
Oh my
I don't
God,
even
you're
wanna
gonna
say
face
it.
fuck your sister,
Yeah,
dude.
for sure.
Oh my
No,
God.
the other
Which
one-
one?
But I'm not getting into that. The fact you even made me think of that.
That's
For
what the people
God's-
want to know, so they can Google her.
Yeah, okay.
His sister's actually this woman by the name of Riley, second name Reed. You can actually watch many videos of her face fucking.
Yeah.
Now listen, okay, listen, man. Okay, give me a would you rather.
Would you rather burn to death or drown?
Burn to death or drown?
Mm-hmm.
Drown. No. Yeah, no. See, this is what's crazy. Both of them entail fun. Drowning to death, you probably had a good head time on the water. Boom, what a bad buzz. Drowning, burning to death, probably sleeping in bed. Oh my God, you left the oven on, you dumb idiots. We're all dead. I want to burn? I don't want to burn. I want to drown. Burning hurts.
Would you rather have a motorcycle and you live till you're 70 and me and you are best friends forever? Or have a sick car and you live till you're 70 and we're best friends forever, and when we die, what I hope happens actually happens.
I don't want
Some of them can be lighthearted too.
What the fuck do I want to come back as a
Would you
fucking
rather
animal
get to kiss
for?
your crush every morning?
Kiss my crush from what decade? Like my child, like my teenage crush?
Okay, let's actually think of something like that, like heaven things.
Heaven things? You're
Okay.
fucking okay. All right.
Wait,
Would you rather have infinite blowjobs?
okay, I love
Or-
how you said it like fucking a Sebastian Maniscalco joke too.
Hey.
Okay, I got one here.
I
Would
got
you rather
one. Hey,
infinite fucking
you want-
blowjobs? We're
hey,
talking grade A top.
Excuse. Listen, bro. Infinite blowjobs? Wow. Infinite blowjobs?
I gotta say something about blowjobs. Dude.
Give it. You don't like them?
No, I don't even know why. It's just I don't even know why I'm gonna say this, but isn't it weird that like when you're good enough friends with somebody, you have conversations about sex, and then like sometimes I didn't even notice this until I'm saying this out loud.
Say it.
When you said blowjobs, I just remember for some odd reason, years ago, like 7 years ago, you telling me something. I was asking you about your day, and you're like, I got a fucking real nice sloppy blowjob in the shower. Yeah, and it stung in my memory. And now, anytime I get head in the shower, I literally can just hear you saying that.
Well, you're welcome.
Do you know what I'm saying? Your buddy says something about like,
Man, we were wild in our early 20s. We were dating some wild chicks, man.
yeah.
I was in on it though, man. I was watching all these hippy dippy
Hey, my friend.
documentaries of like Hendrix.
You're
and
the one.
shit.
You're the one that's married now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
some of us are still
I'm a
wild.
rocket. I was like a rocket, bro. I got in, I got out, burnt out
Yeah.
quick, and then
Let me
I'm
tell
just
you, I
chilling.
wish I got out. It's no more fun anymore. You know what I mean?
The scene's
When
bush,
we're buddy,
man.
I wish I was married. To be honest, it sucks being single in Toronto. It was fun at a certain age when we were just out there just ripping it. And don't get me wrong, I'm still out there ripping it, but it's like I'm out there ripping it in beer league now. I'm like, this
Oh
isn't
my
cool.
God.
These hat tricks aren't
God,
cool
man,
anymore.
I think this chick
You know
has
what I mean?
hair on her
I'm 30
chest,
and I'm like,
man.
yeah, I smashed that girl from the show last night. And people are like, man, get a wife. You pay your taxes. What the fuck are you talking about?
I
You're
only
30.
paid my taxes legit the other whatever last year for fucking H&R Block. It was sick. Trying to explain to the lady that you're a comedian and then being like, I make cash sometimes.
Police just show up.
She's like, no, she was in on it. She
Mr. Rita, step outside.
How much cash do you make? Like, it's comedy. I've made $50 this year. And everyone will believe you. Yeah, I heard it's a tough racket.
Just taking things for evidence out of your house. We found a red beard. Put it in the truck.
Here's the Redbeard, one of the best glass blowers in Canada. We're using his pipe. We didn't use it this episode because we didn't drink any coffee, but we'll get a coffee for the next episode. And by next episode, I mean the one that Paul's not going to be on. You'll probably like that one more than this one.
I highly doubt it.
That's been no.
Won't be as deep.
Wow. This episode.
Not a chance.
This episode started off really silly, got really druggy, then got really deep. Then, because you and I have always had conflicting views on religion and spirituality. I'm very like, I just don't give a shit. And you're like, but Reeds, you gotta give a shit. And I'm like,
what else have we had conflicting views on that we should talk about? Oh, immigration. I say we let anybody in, and you've always been like, no, just Portuguese and the whites. Remember that?
Man, I'm still about it. I'm like, only let in Portuguese, especially the ones who don't have good accents, because those guys, you know, those guys pick up all the hot girls. Those guys pick up all the hot girls. Don't let in nobody. You know what's really funny that I've been watching is just people are okay with being racist when it's topical.
What do you mean?
Like coronavirus has been
like
around.
The coronavirus?
So people are like, yeah, fucking Asians eating bad soup.
Are you talking about coronavirus?
Are you crazy? I never talk about that kind of stuff in my act. I think it's silly.
Yeah, either do I, but I've been having some fun with coronavirus. I don't know why. I got struck with the bug.
You got struck with the bug?
You know?
We'll be back after
Look,
these
it's
messages.
not going to make it to anything. It's like every now and then something topical comes up, and I'll have jokes that are just fun, and I don't overthink them, and I'll do them, and I'll work them into big sets, but I know that after 2 weeks, I'm dropping them. And I have some coronavirus stuff right now. Yeah. You still cough like that, eh? That's what I don't like about the bong. That doesn't look enjoyable.
It is.
Why don't you take a smaller bong and not cough?
I don't do smaller bongs and.
Do you like the coughing part?
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like.
I hate it so
if you
much.
if you took a shot of whiskey, kind of do that little sour face after.
Oh yeah, that's nice. It's a nice burn.
That's the exact same thing, just in a different way. It's
That makes sense.
the pre-me the before is okay. I'm okay with the cough and that kind of
What
shit.
does preemie mean?
I was gonna try to make up my own kind of like
The
pre-bong
preemie,
feeling, but I just
streamy.
listen, Pete. We gotta end this fucking sesh. I don't know how long we've been smoking weed for. It's like our fourth joint.
Mm-hmm. I think it's probably only the second. It's probably only been 20 minutes.
I want you guys to know, if you fuckers have been watching, getting high with us, thank you for watching this fucking show. We had a lot of fun. Peace. You have fun tonight?
I had a blast. I always have a blast.
Tell the people that you had a blast.
I had a. Now I love when these mics that we don't have to use our hand because you feel like you're at a press conference and stuff. Let's do a quick press conference, summing up. That'll be how we end, summing up how it went.
And we'll roll the credits.
Yeah, sports style, okay?
Da 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 da. Today.
So before you ask, you're the one asking the questions. Before you ask me the questions, you got to say like who you work for and blah blah blah. Okay? And then I'll always lean in like LeBron. Go ahead. And I'll ask you. We'll do reporter to reporter.
Hi. I work for the Sports Center. Just wondering, how was your interview with Mike Rita today?
Where are you?
I'm right here.
There you are. Yeah, I'd say overall that the interview went well. Obviously, Mike and I have a good banter, and that's built up over a lot of years. We got into a lot of stuff that I didn't think we were going to get into. We talked about heavy drug use. In return, we weren't glorifying any of these actions, and I think our fans will only learn from it and grow bigger in the future from some of the topics that we covered on today's podcast. It was a treat.
Now, what do you say to the naysayers that say that there was too many LOLs and not enough LOLs?
I'd say obviously, yeah, it's a pilot project, so you're going to, in the first episode, you're going to have your bumps. I think we will be able to look back on this first episode always as a classic, and it will probably always be one of the best ones until I come back for another episode. But in the meantime, most of the lulls I would just attribute to Mike's alarm going off or Mike coughing too much from the bong hit, which is something that he'll have to figure out, but I don't put any of that on me.
Now, a lot of people in the media are saying that you've been deflecting off your own issues and blaming Mike for a lot of your own deficiencies. Would you say that these people are correct?
I'd say at this moment I'm going to take no further questions. Thank you guys so much. It's been a treat.
Hey, wait,
Nice. Okay, now I'm going to ask you. Okay. What's the company? Mike Rita, Paul Thompson, Stoner Boys Comedy. Over here.
I see you.
Today, you had a lot of devices set up to smoke with. Obviously, not all of them got used. Is this something you're disappointed in, or were you happy about the amount of cannabis intake that went on during today's show?
Honestly, when it comes to cleaning the units after the show, I'm not really about it. So I'm happy that we only used 1 to 2 units. It's not even our ashtray, so I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
We saw that there was a lot of candy that at one point in the show you brought on. Do you want to dive in any further on what that candy was about? Were you hoping you could eat more candy, or was it just something that you were doing just in case you got snacky a little bit later on?
No comment.
Okay. We have no further questions.
No, you have to.
Oh, sorry.
We have 1 more minute.
You guys are talking about a lot of spiritual things.
Oh, wait. Actually, no more questions. That's been the show, everybody. That's been my guest, Paul Thompson. You've seen him on things. Paul, anything to say to the people before we get the fuck out of here?
Keep supporting this podcast and make sure that that Reach doesn't give up on it, because he doesn't even believe in life after death. And that's a really sad life to live. This is one of the only things he has going for him. So even if you watch this and you didn't enjoy it, still press share, because the guy needs it. He's a dad now.
And make sure that when you die that you visit Paul in his weird room where he's watching videos of his childhood. Make sure to ask him to watch the ones where he's whacking off, because they were filming it all the time. They have those ones too. And that's been our show. I've been Mike Rita. Go fuck yourselves. Thank you so much.